The literary version of Jurassic Park is essentially a 400-page panic attack about the inevitable collapse of human civilization via corporate biotechnology. Spielberg, however, looked at this grim cautionary tale and decided it would be a much better fit as a heartwarming family vacation where the billionaire who doomed everyone gets to live and reflect on his poor life choices.
I watched this movie because I've seen this movie so many times, and I was like, "Am I going to watch this again?" Like I just saw this not that long ago, like a couple months ago, and I was like, I feel like I have to watch it. So I watched it at 1 1/4 speed.
Oh wow!
Yes, and it wasn't that noticeable. There was like a couple of times when Jeff Goldblum was talking, it was like notice. No, it was Wayne Knight when he's at the scene
when
where
he's nervous.
Yeah, when he's all nervous. It was so fast you could barely understand what he was saying at 1 1/4 speed. Yeah. So I did watch it. I watched it this morning. Well, this afternoon, I guess I watched it. I finished the audiobook last night, like around midnight-ish, because I had come home from work and I still had about like 45 minutes left in the book. And I was like, I got to finish this. I was going to like, I'll finish it in the morning. And I was like, no, I still got to watch the movie. I was like, let me finish it tonight before I go to bed. And then I'll watch the movie tomorrow. So there we go. This is Shelf to Screen, the podcast where we discuss sci-fi and fantasy literary adaptations to the big and or small screen. I'm Joe Perry.
I'm Jen Isgro.
And I'm Tom Kokoza.
Oh, wow. And today we're looking at Michael Crichton's 1990, and then this word has been thrown around a lot, at least in the research that we've done, techno-thriller, Jurassic Park, and Steven Spielberg's 1993 cinematic revolution. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about that for sure. Let's get right into it. First encounter with Jurassic Park, Tom?
Oh, geez. I read the book. I was thinking about it this morning because I distinctly remember the conversations that I had when I first read it. But I was like, what year was it? So I think it was 7th grade, which would have been like the fall of 1991. So basically right around when the book came out in paperback. I got it soon after that. For whatever reason, like I guess I was just the right age, like I had not read any Michael Crichton before. I really didn't even know who he was, didn't know that he had written other things, but this just seemed like such an awesome concept. I devoured this book. All of my nerdy friends also devoured the book. This is, in fact, the first movie that I did what we do kind of on this show, what we've done on our previous show, where I was obsessed about the fact that they were making it into a film and like who would be cast in it and what's going to happen, da, 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 da. So this is like the first movie that I really followed from book to screen.
Mm-hmm. And then did you see the movie in the theater?
I saw the movie, yeah, like opening night.
Yeah. I forgot to mention, we have a special guest who's not with us live. But we're gonna be throwing it to Teddy every once in a while, who's Tom's son. This is like one of his favorite movies, right, Tom?
It really is. The Jurassic Park franchise is by far his favorite franchise. He loves this movie, loves all the films. Mm-hmm. And when we were talking about this was what we were gonna do next, Shelf to Screen, before we even knew what the name of it was, what we knew what the concept would be, he had asked from that point on, when you do Jurassic Park, can I be on the show? And my co-hosts here were so gracious as to say yes. And we interviewed him earlier because, frankly, it's past his bedtime now. And
I just love that.
It's true.
Why couldn't he be there live? It's past his bedtime.
But yeah, he'll be peppering us with some really, I hope, insightful comments.
Yeah, some hot takes in there too, for sure. And some behind the scenes, or not even behind the scenes, I would say maybe some technical mishaps that he was able to determine from watching a YouTube video.
True.
So, I'm not sure who though. Jen, your first
Yes.
encounter with the dinosaurs.
I saw this movie in the theater. I do not remember with who. I wish I did. But I definitely know I saw it in the theater back in 93. And I never read the book until this week. But I'm really happy I did. I actually really enjoyed the book.
Tom and I
was like-
were very excited to hear your thoughts after reading the book since you just read it. So we're going to be
It's-
digging into that, Jen, a lot.
It's like getting another... I don't know. I don't want... Yeah, we'll dig into it. But it's like getting another... It's like a different universe. Jurassic Park, basically. Seeing these characters kind of doing... What if this stuff happened instead?
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to, before I go, I'm going to jump to Teddy to get his first experience with Jurassic Park.
I actually don't remember. I think I was aware of it for a while, but I never had any interest in it.
Okay.
But then, like, one time we were driving in the car. I clearly remember this.
Okay.
And it just came to me, and I asked, what's Jurassic Park about?
Uh-huh.
And I just got a lot of answers, and it sounded really cool. So I watched the movie. It was great. And now I've watched every single one except Dominion, because I thought it was boring, and I actually fell asleep in the middle of it.
Oh, it was very late, to be fair, and it's not that great
It
of
was
a
like 9:30.
So just because we're only audio here, there's no video for this interview. Can you tell everyone what shirt you're wearing right now?
A shirt with a dinosaur on it, in
Yeah.
fact.
It's, I believe it is a Jurassic Park,
Allosaurus.
pajama shirt.
Thank you, Teddy, for that.
That's it. He is like Mr. Dinosaur Facts now, and he can name dinosaurs like I had never heard of before. He just
so-
rattles
Which one
them
is
off.
Dominion?
That's the last one.
The one with
Scarlett
No,
Johansson.
Jonathan Bailey, yeah.
No. The one before Scarlett Johansson. It's the last one with
the one with-
Pratt. And, that's Jurassic
Okay.
World Rebirth with Scarlett
Oh,
Johansson.
Rebirth.
Dominion's the one with Pratt and the
The
old
third
cast.
one. Yeah, I never saw that. Okay.
Tom,
Oh,
as
the
I
old
was,
cast. That's right. Sorry.
I was watching this movie, and then I listened to this, and I was thinking of like how Teddy is just Tim because I remember him talking with him about dinosaurs for like a half hour. I think it was at New Year's or something, whatever it was.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh my God, watching this movie, I was like, Teddy's Tim.
I'll let him know that. He'll be very excited.
Yeah. So I think the movie was my first encounter with this. I don't have a distinct memory of seeing this in the theater, but I feel like I must have. But I potentially might have missed out seeing this in the theater and first saw it when it came out on like HBO or whatever, or maybe even out on like were DVDs out in '93? Was that a
No.
thing? No, on VHS then maybe I rented it from Blockbuster. I don't remember specifically, but I know I read the book some years later, because everyone told me the book's really good, and it's better than the movie. And I was like, okay, I'll read it. And I loved it. I still love the movie, but the book is one of my favorites now. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's a very fun book. So let's talk a little bit about the book and the journey of Michael Crichton's to write this. So, Tom, you mentioned you never heard of Michael Crichton until then, and he'd been writing since the '60s. He wrote a lot of stuff not under his own name, but
and I think after I had read this, I went on like a Michael Crichton kick over the next number of years, and through like the '90s, I think I read like everything that he put out, but I realized after the fact that I had known about like the Andromeda Strain and Westworld, and like I had known some of the things that he had done, just like through general, pop culture knowledge.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I was aware of him as a writer. Was this book?
Yeah, I mean, he went through like a really great stretch of books to movies. He's had so many of his books turned into movies, but yeah. So the concept it actually began in 1983 as a screenplay. Michael Crichton's initial narrative focused on a graduate student who successfully clones a pterosaur from a fossilized DNA. However, Crichton found the draft unsatisfying, noting that the logic of it was wrong because the act of cloning a single creature felt like a minor scientific curiosity rather than a global event. So it wasn't big enough for him. Spielberg, I'm sure, would agree. He spent several years refining the premise, eventually realizing that the commercialization of such technology, specifically within the context of an amusement park, provided the necessary scale and stakes for the story. Good decision there. This is an interesting. This story kind of like really morphs drastically from like its conception as a screenplay into a book, into a screenplay into a movie. So Crichton's interest in genetic engineering was fueled by the rapid growth of biotechnology firms in the 1980s. And you can kind of tell that when you read the book because like the first, I don't know, quarter of the book, well, not quarter, but there's like the first 10% of the book is him talking about the evolution of these biomedical engineering companies.
Yeah. There's a lot of I've gained this knowledge and so will you at the front end of this story.
Yeah.
But I think it helps. It helps set up like the we said it in the cold open to the episode, right? Like there is a chilliness and a very cold business oriented decision making behind everything that happens in the book, and the movie's like, but let's make him nice,
There's also a lot that happens in the book before we get to Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, like in the movie, they were like, I want a dinosaur. Like as soon as 15 minutes into the movie, you're seeing the first, like the big dinosaurs.
Yeah, the first scene of the movie is on the island.
I mean, yeah, but like
you don't
the
see
big
anything,
reveal scene is 15 minutes and done.
Yeah.
Like meanwhile in the book, they're like, there's a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah. So Crichton became preoccupied with the transition of biological research from pure science to for-profit venture, which he believed bypassed traditional academic oversight for safety protocols, as voiced by the character of Ian Malcolm in the books, and a little bit in the movies. This fascination with biotechnology as a commercial force became the thematic backbone of the novel, manifesting in the character of John Hammond and the hubris of InGen Corporation. I'll just like a preview of my thoughts on this. This is another adaptation where the tone is different from like the book. The tone of the book is not the tone of the movie, right? They changed the tone of it, and that seems to be. I feel like that's been happening more frequently than not in the adaptations that we've done. I don't necessarily think it in a bad way, but definitely a different tone from the book to the movie. Yeah. This is an interesting. This is one of the most fascinating things about this book is that before it was even released, it was like famously in an intense bidding war to make this into a movie before it was released. It wasn't like, hey, this book just came out, it's really popular. No, they heard Crichton was writing this book, and I think he had like a 20-page treatment, and I think they got to see the unpublished manuscript, and there were 5 major studios trying to make this movie or bid on this movie. And it's great because there was a director attached to each one, which is very, very interesting. And I definitely want to talk a little bit about each of these different directors making this movie, because first off, you've got Warner Brothers and Tim Burton. Now, what would this movie have been with Tim Burton directing this?
I don't know if it would.
Has he ever done like a straight normal-ish? I don't want to say this is normal, but like Batman is even that's a little.
He still has his quirky, like fingers in it.
Yeah, of course.
With the Joker's
I don't even know.
He'd bring a lot of the fog in from the book that doesn't exist in the movie, where it's always like misty and foggy.
If he would have made this live action,
stop motion dinosaurs.
I don't know if Crichton would have sold it to them if they wouldn't make it live action, though. You think, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, think about the music. Danny Elfman would have been probably the composer.
Yes,
on
Danny Elfman would have been the
John
composer.
Williams.
Like, I mean, he is coming off of Batman and Batman Returns.
Yes.
Right at that point, like that's what he's coming out of.
Now,
so
would we've
he's
gotten
huge.
that more darkness of the novel? You think in the book in the movie?
Oh yeah, it would have been a horror. It would have been a horror film. It wouldn't have been a sci-fi horror film. It would have been a horror movie.
Yeah. Next, we have Columbia Pictures with Richard Donner, which I think could have been pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I would have wanted to see that one, and I think that one out of all,
Mel Gibson as Alan Grant.
I think that might have been the next closest to what we got, probably. We have Joe Dante with 20th Century Fox. I guess
Also horror.
Yeah, right. We're talking like Gremlins.
Gremlins, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe Joe Dante would have. He would have definitely.
He would have did all those little dinosaurs, the compies.
Yeah, the copies, yeah.
Oh,
That rip your face off.
Yeah.
and-
They just would have looked like gremlins. That's
Yeah.
what they probably would have looked like.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been like his lane was like that horror comedy bit. So I think again, probably the science would be a MacGuffin, right? And it would really be about the experience. It would probably be a lot more nighttime stuff.
I kind of feel like the science is a MacGuffin in this movie a bit.
Oh, it is, but
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think they're scary. Clearly, there's scary scenes in this film. This is not a horror movie. This is not.
No, there's some intense.
There are no,
they're
they're 100% they are. But like, this was like the intent of this is not like to horrify you.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's to thrill you.
Yes. And then we had James Cameron, who was pursuing this independently, which would have been
Wow.
actually maybe
That would-
James Cameron would have been. It might have even been bigger.
It would have been bigger. It would have been it would have been like, hey, this movie's going to be close to 3 hours long,
Oh my God.
and he would have leaned harder into the science of it, and it would
I agree.
definitely be
More horror
corporations
thriller.
are evil,
Yeah.
and like it would be
Yes.
hard on the corporate evilness, and like
Yeah,
that would have been cool. That would have been cool, man.
You're right. That would have been pretty cool. It might have been a
cool.
bit more. It probably would have had the same tone as this book. Definitely, like you said.
We wouldn't have gotten Titanic, probably.
It's true.
Well,
But
Titanic was
probably-
97. That was way later.
Yeah, but maybe he decided since he didn't get this movie, he would start working on another idea that he has, which is
Yeah.
Titanic.
Well, what was he?
never
well,
know.
Was he working on Titanic for a really long time though?
it would have been No
he
True
was.
Lies, right?
Okay.
which
When did he
is
do True Lies?
92?
Okay.
No, no. That was much
True
later,
Lies?
right?
It was before Titanic.
I feel like 94 sounds right to me.
Aliens was 86. 89 was The Abyss. Terminator
Abyss.
2 was 91. Terminator.
One.
Yeah, 94. True Lies was 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he went to
There you
do
go.
that afterwards.
Okay.
So he was fresh off of Judgment Day. Terminator 2.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there would have been True Lies. Maybe he wouldn't have done that.
Do you think he would have put Arnold in this film somehow?
Oh my God.
Who would Arnold be in this?
Gennaro?
Gennaro. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a fully different Gennaro.
Yeah.
Or
No,
Muldoon.
Muldoon.
He would
He would
book
be
Gennaro.
Muldoon.
He would Muldoon.
He would be Muldoon
Yeah.
for sure.
Clever girl.
Still called Muldoon.
Muldoon. He would have.
Still.
He would have like wrestled one of the raptors.
Right.
Maybe Muldoon kind of wrestles. He gets
He does.
pinned.
Yeah, I mean a bunch of
Yeah.
people get pinned by
Clever girl. That would have been like another Arnold quote that we would say for all time.
Oh yeah, clever
True.
girl. He would have been. He would have said it like that.
Clever girl.
You know, I've heard that line recently in 2 other movies, and I think both of them came out before Jurassic Park.
Clever girl.
Yes, I
Yeah,
can't
I mean,
remember
it's
for the life of me. I can't remember what they were, but one
Silence
of them definitely.
of the Lambs.
Yes, Silence of the Lambs. Tom, I was
Is
just
it?
watching that. Yes, Anthony Hopkins calls Clarice a clever
Maybe
girl.
Muldoon got it from
There's another one though too.
Silence of the Lambs. Like he had that. I don't know. Maybe he was
Yeah.
quoting another movie when he said that.
Maybe. Well, I didn't give
I
any
want my
context.
last words to be a movie quote.
That's yeah, it likely will be.
Well, your last words on this podcast are a movie quote always.
They
So.
always are. Yeah.
Well, sometimes they're a book quote, I guess, right? So
That's my wife's hero is Muldoon.
Oh, yes.
All right, we got to talk
Bob
about
Peck.
Muldoon.
All right, we'll get into Muldoon. Hold on a sec. I forgot the fifth and final director studio was Universal Pictures and Steven Spielberg.
Of course. Yes.
And that's who they decided to go with. They bought the rights for $2 million and an additional $500,000 for Crichton to adapt his own screenplay.
Not bad.
Yeah, and he did this.
A worthy investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he did this with David Koepp, who we've talked about previously on some other. Oh God, what was the other movie we talked about with David Koepp? Was it? It wasn't Total Recall, was it?
No, it was War of the Worlds.
Oh yes, well of course it was Steven Spielberg. It had to be a Steven Spielberg movie. So then upon its publication in 1990, the novel was an immediate commercial and critical success. Reviewers categorized it as a quote-unquote techno-thriller, praising Crichton's ability to blend complex scientific concepts such as chaos theory and paleontology with a traditional monster narrative. It remained on the bestseller list for weeks, serving as a cautionary tale about intersection of greed and science, which the book leans heavily into. And the movie, I wouldn't say they talk about greed too much in this.
I would say it's not heavy, but things go wrong because Nedry wants more money.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And like if he wasn't motivated by greed, or if, conversely, if Hammond wasn't cheap in paying him, you never really get a sense of what his actual salary is. Then everything would be fine.
So
and this weekend, like whatever.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. We're definitely going to get into Hammond and the big difference and change in him. So a little bit more about the writing process. It involves several complete overhauls. The most significant shift occurred after Crichton shared an early draft with several of his trusted test readers. This version was written entirely from the perspective of a child who was trapped in the park during the dinosaur breakout. The feedback was overwhelmingly negative. His peers reported that they hated the book and found the child's perspective irritating and ill-suited for the technical density of the plot, which that makes a lot of sense because I guess you'd be jumping from like all of the techno background and then to like a kid's perspective, and it probably was quite, I don't know, glaring or jarring maybe for them. So that would have definitely. Oh, I feel like Steven Spielberg might have leaned into this version of it though, if that was.
Yeah, it would have been even more up his alley. But yeah.
So Crichton attempted to rewrite the story from an adult perspective, but the first attempt failed. It was only after he shifted the narrative voice to a multi-perspective ensemble, focusing on the scientific expertise of characters like Alan Grant and the philosophical warnings of Ian Malcolm, that the story clicked. And just another anecdote involves Crichton's insistence on scientific accuracy. As if you don't know, people listening, that Michael Crichton is a medical doctor. So he's obviously, behind ER. ER was probably shortly after this.
Yeah.
Because I think I was in high school when it started. During the writing process, he closely followed the work of paleontologist Robert Bakker, whose theories on warm-blooded active dinosaurs directly informed the behavior of the velociraptors and the T-Rex in the book. This commitment to cutting-edge paleontology was a deliberate attempt to move away from the slow, lumbering lizards trope common in the 20th century media, which I feel like later on they took that same idea with zombies and went from the slow-prodding zombies to the fast-moving, super scary, active zombies. Similar idea there.
True. Probably less science behind it, but similar idea.
Yeah. So let's see. We talked about this already being sold to Hollywood before the book was even published. Spielberg was attached to direct, but he faced a professional ultimatum from Universal president Sid Sheinberg. So Spielberg had wanted to do Schindler's List first, right? That actually came out right after this. However, Sheinberg was wary of the Holocaust drama's commercial perspectives, insisted that Spielberg direct the dinosaur movie first as a condition for greenlighting Schindler's List. So obviously Spielberg had to agree to that. And, famously, Spielberg had to shoot this movie in late 1992. Then in the beginning of 1993, he was over in Poland shooting Schindler's List and actually reviewing like VFX shots or CGI shots via satellite link while in Poland filming Schindler's List for Jurassic Park.
That's absolutely nuts to me.
Yes.
Like, what a tonal shift. And up until probably like The Fabelmans that came out a few years ago, Schindler's List is probably the most personal film that he's ever made. So one of the things that's interesting, because this is, I consider one of Spielberg's masterpieces of many. It's the movie he was least involved in post-production. Like most of the editing of the actual film, he just left to the editor. He wasn't, because he was making another movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but what a run, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice 1-2 combo.
So casting, right? They wanted an everyman quality rather than action star archetype. So Harrison Ford was the first choice because he's not
Definitely
an action archetype.
I guess not.
No, yeah, definitely every man when I think of Harrison Ford.
But he turned it down. Harrison Ford turned the role down. He thought he wasn't the right fit for this.
I also don't think he's the right fit for it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's too handsome.
The movie would be unbalanced if there was a huge star in it.
Well, I feel like I'm just trying to picture Harrison Ford and Jeff Goldblum interacting at like vying for the most awesome person,
right
belt on screen.
Like Jeff Goldblum wouldn't have been able to shine because like Harrison Ford just commands screen presence. He just got like it's different. I'm glad they went a different way with that.
Yeah.
And
well,
I have to
they
say,
didn't go a different way. He turned it down. The world went a different way with it. I remember, I talked about this when we were talking about being like me and my friends. We fan casted this movie like crazy, trying to figure out who they were because we knew they were making a movie and who they were going to get, and we had a multiple picks for everybody, but we could not find someone who could be Ian Malcolm because Ian Malcolm, in our minds, had to be tremendously intelligent, very funny, and like able to also like be cool and like but also be a mathematician. We couldn't figure it out. And like what we had settled on was like maybe Steve Martin could do it, which I still think might not be terrible. I don't know if I would buy Steve Martin as a really intelligent mathematician though.
He's very, very intelligent, but more in the arts side of things. But like Jeff Goldblum, never considered by any of us, and just the perfect casting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he was it. That was Jeff Goldblum was who Spielberg wanted. But you want to hear something really interesting though? You know who auditioned for that role? If you read the research, you'd know. So I'm hoping you. Yeah,
but like it's more fun for me to just guess somebody. I'm gonna say.
No, I agree.
David Duchovny.
No, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey auditioned for the role of Ian Malcolm, and they actually thought that he was really good.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be.
I think the Jeff Goldblum really embodied that like quirky intellectual type of character that Ian Malcolm is. So that's why they went with him. It was just, I think it was more of like, hey, just looking at Jeff Goldblum, you believe he's a chaos theory mathematician.
Yeah. A rock star mathematician. Yeah.
Which is a change from the book. He's not really a rock star in the book.
I do remember thinking like, oh man, like they have been in the book and he doesn't, I don't think he says it in the movie, but he definitely dresses in the movie. Like, he only wears black,
Yeah.
different shades of black.
Yeah,
And like, everyone's like, oh, it looks cool. And he's like, I don't have to worry about matching, you know?
Yeah, he doesn't
like,
want
that's-
to waste time thinking about what clothes. I think he says in the book,
It's
like,
gray and black.
Gray and black.
Yeah.
So
So
everything
even if I
matches.
grab the wrong pair of socks in the morning, it still matches.
Yeah. And like that, but like that's the kind of like, it's cool and it's nerdy at the same time kind of a vibe. And yeah,
Well,
I think
he's not. Yeah, he's not. I don't want to say he's definitely
For
not trying to
nerds,
be
you-
cool, which I think the truly cool people are not trying to be cool. But
Right.
it's all logic behind his decisions.
Yes.
Because he doesn't have to waste time thinking about what he's going to wear. His basic thought is like, why am I wasting time
right.
making these decisions that don't really matter to me? And I think he even says something in the book, like he thinks fashion is like dumb. It's like a waste of time.
He says a lot in the book.
He does say a lot.
Yes.
In the book. He says a lot. He asks a lot of questions too in the book.
Yeah.
He is 100% like the author's mouthpiece,
Yeah.
which is fine, you know, because he does it with, he does it with charisma, I guess.
Oh yeah.
For the nerds back in IS 27, he is the hero. He is the hero that we thought we might be one day, more than anybody else from reading the book.
Also, going back to Dr. Grant, William Hurt was also offered this part, declined it.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if he would. I don't know if I would have liked him in this.
I wouldn't have either. I find William Hurt a more appealing bad guy in movies than like a hero. Like I think he looks so like generically handsomely nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like him to play against type, and this would have been like playing his vibe, you know.
But eventually, Sam Neill was cast just weeks before filming began. Good casting, relatively, not a big actor. I would say fairly like unknown in the sense of like never really had a big leading role. He'd done a lot of movies and TV and stuff, but he was always like, background guy or third, fourth guy or something like that. And you know what? They said, can you do an American accent? He said, sure can. And that was that.
There's only one line in the movie where I feel like I can't think of what the line is.
Where the
But I feel
Australian
like
comes out.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this right now. There's not a single second in my entire life from when I first saw this movie till you just said that
Really?
where I thought Dr. Grant was supposed to be American.
What? What do you think he's supposed to be? Australian?
He's clearly not from America.
Well, I don't think
What?
that.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
He does not. That he's clearly just like, to me. He doesn't. It's not his natural speaking voice, which is like very, But he's
talking
clearly
about
from
the
the
book
movie.
character?
The movie.
No.
Sam Neill is clearly not American.
I
Like,
never
really?
thought
I
that
don't
he was
thi-
not American.
Yes,
There's
I
no
think-
indication.
But I've heard him
It's not
talk
the same-
without his accent. Without, like, I've heard him talk in
his
interviews.
natural
and he's
accent is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's not. He's not talking in his natural voice, right? It's not his natural accent. But like, I don't know. It does. It's not important for him to be American. It's not necessary for him to be American.
I never
And, like,
thought he was an American.
I don't know.
But they
Maybe
don't-
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
you're just like so attached to Sam Neill, Australian.
Maybe. I don't know if I knew he was necessarily Australian.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Although
he's
I would have
Australian.
guessed he was Australian, like, because that's what he sounds like he's from.
Oh, I know. What this isn't Australian, but when he says
Oh no,
three,
he was born in Northern Ireland. Oh no, and then he had a New Zealand father,
Zealand.
and
Yeah.
then and then they moved to New Zealand. So he's born in Ireland, but then lived
That's
in
why
New
I thought it was
Zealand.
New Zealand.
Sorry.
when he's counting to three,
Right.
when Timmy's on the fence, but he's like, I can't think of how he says three, but it's like wrong. It says he doesn't say three. He's like 1, 2. It almost says like free or something. It's like it's so strange. He says it like 2 times like that, and I would think that sounds off to me. 2, free.
I think the only glaring mispronunciation is I don't remember. I have to. I didn't check who it was, but who does the guy who does the voice of the DNA, Mr. DNA, where he calls them dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but he has
dinosaur.
an accent, a baby dinosaur. He's just doing that like that's his accent.
He sounds like Gene Autry or something like that. Yeah,
Dinosaur. Anyway,
baby dinosaur.
All right, so we get Laura Dern as Ellie Sattler. Spielberg wanted her after seeing her performance in Rabbling Rose. We talked about Jeff Goldblum already. And then Richard Attenborough, who had not acted in 14 years, was coaxed out of retirement to play John Hammond, a character Spielberg re-envisioned as a flawed Walt Disney rather than the dark corporate antagonist of the novel. I want to I want to talk about some of the shit John Hammond says in the novel that I wish would have come. I would have loved to have heard come out of Richard Attenborough's mouth. Sweet, sweet Richard Attenborough.
Right.
All right. So they filmed this movie in Hawaii. They began filming on August 24th in 1992. On September 11th, the production was struck by Hurricane Iniki, which was the most powerful hurricane to hit Hawaii in recorded history. Poor Spielberg. He just gets all these shit things happening when he's filming. Richard Attenborough reportedly slept through the entire storm, later telling Spielberg that after surviving the London Blitz, a hurricane was nothing.
Badass.
I would say probably some of the most significant technical or production things about this movie, right, was the visual effects, right?
Yeah, of course.
Spielberg intended to use go motion technology by Phil Tippett, who I think we talked about in Total Recall. I think he did.
Yeah.
For long shots. I
recognized his name.
Yeah, we talked about him in Total Recall. For long shots of the dinosaurs. However, Dennis Murin and the team at ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, secretly developed the digital T-Rex test. When Spielberg saw the photorealistic CGI movement, he abandoned the go motion entirely. Upon seeing the footage, Tippett famously remarked, "I think I'm extinct." A line Spielberg later worked into the script.
Yeah.
But despite the digital, that digital breakthrough, the film relied heavily on Stan Winston's practical effects, including the 12,000-pound hydraulic T-Rex that would malfunction when it got wet because it was foam and the foam sucked up the water. So during those, the famous scene with the T-Rex attack and the cars in the rain, they had to keep drying it off in between takes with hair dryers and towels.
Unbelievable.
You think when they created that thing and did they not know it was going to be in a scene of rain? And then did they not plan on that? I think it's raining in the book. That's so I thought they purposely did it in the rain. Plus, also that would help cover up some of the, the mechanics,
right,
the animatronics and some CGI that they put in. Obviously, the rain would help cover that up.
Yeah, I imagine it's the kind of thing where it's like, hey, look, if you want this thing to actually be able to be light enough to move, it's got to be foam, and then we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, that makes sense. They could have put maybe they couldn't have put like a little waterproofing. What's that stuff you put on you put on camping tents? There's like a spray stuff on it that waterproofs it.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
It's like get some wood sealant on there. Come on. What's up? It's such a great move, and I think something that most of the sequels use less and less of, and really to their detriment. Like the mixture of CGI and practical, like live animatronic models is what makes this one feel real. Like there's a weight, no pun intended. We were just talking about trying to make it light, but like there's a weight behind like the live T-Rex, the Triceratops that Grant puts his head, like leans on while he's breathing in and out. Like that's you need that stuff, and then you can, like, and the Brontosaurus, Brachiosaurus, whatever. There's no Brontosaurus anymore. The Brachiosaurus, like to have that be CGI, and that's great.
Yes, I think, yeah, right, because you get that physical interaction that is clearly real. It makes you then believe that the other dinosaurs that aren't necessarily physically there are real also. I mean, there's some shots where you can kind of tell it's green screeny, or even though it's, I don't know, I guess they were using green screens back then, but it's a little green screeny. And I don't know, I have like I think I had a Blu-ray version, so it was like remastered. So sometimes when they like remaster stuff, you kind of see the
seams. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You'll see the seams in the CGI a bit more. So, all right, you want to get into this movie?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about we can intersperse the book there as well. Oh, we forgot to ask Teddy if he read the book. Teddy, have you read the book?
No.
Okay, so that's
In fact, not. My dinosaur has also told me that I cannot.
Oh, I see you do have a dinosaur with you. It's true.
He'll read this book. He'll read this book soon enough, though.
Yeah. It's a little. I mean, he's 8, so
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you were 10 when you read this, right? You read it when it came
No,
out?
I read it. I was 11 when I read it.
Okay, so he's got a couple of years left before he can read this. All right, let's get into this movie, right? We start off right away on the island with raptors.
Can we talk about how you guys didn't warn me about all the children being attacked in the beginning of the book, though?
Oh, I was supposed to warn you about that?
Like, the girl, which I assumed was going to die, and then she didn't die.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, all right, we're fine. And then the immediately newborn baby dies.
Oh, it dies, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, no.
Well,
Right.
the worker dies too. So
I don't care about the worker.
You have a worker dying in the
That's
movie.
Yeah.
Like he had more of a chance, I guess, in the book because they bring him to the doctor and the doctor's, whatever.
Yeah.
This one, he just gets eaten. He just gets eaten right away. I think they're throwing into the immediate danger of the raptors. Right up front, where I feel like in the book you're like, well, I don't know what a velociraptor is. I hear some dangerous stuff about them, but you don't really get into how dangerous they are until like as this book's progressing.
Yeah, they make it a Chekhov's gun. Like that's the thing that you have to worry about. Every time I watch the movie now, I think of there was a not great film called Canadian Bacon.
Oh yes, John Candy
with John Candy, yeah, and it's like about a bunch of like upstate New York, like hicks who think that we're at war with Canada or get into a war or start a war with Canada, whatever the case may be. But there's a scene where John Candy and two of the other guys, they're like on a boat, and one of the guys is black, and he's talking about how the black guy always dies in every movie, blah blah blah, and they're talking about movies. Like they're trying to name movies that where it doesn't happen. And someone names Jurassic Park, and he goes, "That was a twofer."
Yeah.
Because of the worker here in the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's like they had to think about it. And that's what I think about every time. It's like, oh, he's the twofer here.
Oh.
Yeah.
The other one
He's
being,
not
of
black.
course.
He's Hispanic.
Yeah, it's hard. It's dark out. It's hard to tell. I wouldn't have thought. I didn't think he was. It is dark.
I don't think he's African American. He's not African American.
No, he's not. Okay.
Right.
All right. Fine.
Yeah. So right away we're getting this poor guy getting eaten by the velociraptor. As you said, Jen, the book opens very differently. We get that whole like back history of biotechnology companies. Yeah. We get an interesting backstory on them. Then we go to, Jen, the part that you're talking about with the girl and her family on the beach where she gets...
Well, first they, it's the nurse or the doctor on like an island, and they bring the worker there to see if she can help him. And she's like, it looks like he got bit. And they're like, no, I don't know. It's a machine. Yeah, he got mauled. And then the little girl on vacation with her annoying parents.
Yes.
And who gets bit by something.
And then there's a lot of then they find a specimen, and there's faxing and sending of specimens to laboratories.
All different companies are getting the... Right. He doesn't work for a couple of months, so this one doctor isn't going to be able to look at it.
I love how she draws the picture, And then they send it to somebody, and that doctor's not there. But then some woman walks in and says, "Oh, who drew the picture of the dinosaur?"
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Wait, what?"
What?
Like, I can't tell it's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
My
like,
kids draws those all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, one thing I like about this is that, like, all of this stuff, while it is kind of like, what's going on, get to the action, like, all the debating that they're having throughout the whole stay on the island, where Malcolm's trying to tell them, like, you're trying to keep order on chaos, and, like, they don't realize the dinosaurs are already out in the world.
Yes, well, that's one
None
thing.
of these people went to Jurassic. Like, these kids just got killed by.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely two things. Well, I like this movie a lot. I think there's two things that they missed on, and one of them is that in the book, right off the bat that the dinosaurs have already gotten off the island. Like that's a foregone conclusion that obviously the characters don't know. But Ian Malcolm's like, they've already got it. He's like convinced because of his whole chaos theory, and he writes a whole paper or whatever for Hammond. So he's like, no, they're going to get off if they're not already off anyway.
But do you think they're like they're going on the boats the same way, and that's how they're getting off?
I don't think, okay. They just saw
not
them.
raptors, but other things.
They just saw them this time.
The compies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yes, they just saw them this time.
Yeah.
Like they've probably been getting off frequently on the boat.
The amount of time that's spent on like, what time is it? We have to get back before the boat reaches the mail. And I'm like, this is the least of your right now. Like, you're gonna die. Your immediate worry is like to get yourself to safety. Don't worry about what time it is. Forget about those people. Like, worry about yourself right now. Yes. I know, but it's just like, okay, I have 6 hours. Okay, we have 3 hours. We have 2.5. Like,
what is it like? Is it like 3 juvenile raptors? Which all right, they probably will kill a few people, but they'll eventually.
They didn't even know they were on there. I thought the whole boat would be murdered before they even got to the other side.
Well, they're smart. They knew they were
hiding.
They were trying to migrate, as we learned in the end.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that, like, after reading this book, I was like, oh, I love how you know already at the beginning of the book that the dinosaurs have gotten off the island, and none of the characters know that, and there's just like constantly just like weighing in the background there. They're trying to prevent the dinosaurs from getting off the island, but it's already happened. So I feel like that might have been an interesting thing to put in the movie, because that also automatically leaves the opening for a sequel.
True.
So I was a little surprised that I guess they just didn't have enough time to spend on that.
Also, like, again, when you're making the tone of the movie is not corporations are bad.
No.
And corporations shouldn't mess with that. There's definitely, like, you shouldn't do this stuff without understanding what you're doing. Like, it's there. But, like, you can't have dinosaurs have already escaped and none of these people know about it, and then still have these people appear competent to a moviegoer audience. You know what I mean?
Well, who competent?
Like Hammond,
he's
Arnold, Muldoon. But no, the movie
none of them are
version,
competent.
right? The movie versions of these people, they want them to be competent. You want to believe that, like, okay, if things go right, they can get a handle on this.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're not competent in the book?
Well, because they don't think of everything, right? And I know Hammond starts trying to blame everybody else. He's like, oh, if Ned didn't do this, if Arnold, like, he never blames. And like, we can get into Hammond and how fucking piece of shit he is in the book.
He's Dick Allen from RoboCop in the book. He's like,
no, it's Dick Jones, I think, right?
Oh, Dick Jones. Yeah, sorry.
Dick Jones. I never forget that name. Who's basically the same character in Total Recall. What's his face in? I can't remember the character. But anyway, so you asked how they're not competent. Well, I think it's not that they're not competent. Well, they just kind of all suffer from we thought of everything but they didn't. Like, they just think they're so confident that they were like, no, we could do this. We could do this.
Yeah, I think Arnold's the only person on the island who's like, you like what you're asking is really impossible.
Yeah.
And I'm trying as best I can.
Yeah.
But like everybody else is very confident that there's no their plan is foolproof.
Right.
So they don't think about, well, what if it's
Right.
not?
Yeah, like Wu, I'd say Dr. Wu and Hammond most of all, I think. You're right. Arnold's like a little bit like understands like the craziness and the difficulty, but he's very confident like in that we've thought of everything. Like we have this,
Yeah, the
we have this, we
systems
have
are good.
this.
Yeah.
He's worried about their fail-safes failing, not like, is there something that we didn't think of? He's like, this is perfect. If it goes wrong, it could be a real headache. Not,
Yeah.
no one's heeding the guy who's like, trust me, it went wrong already.
Yeah.
Like,
We get the scene. The next scene, I think, right, is Gennaro going to talk to. This is like a whole new thing, right? He's going to talk to.
To the diggers in the cave.
Yes.
But that's not taking place on the island. That's like
No.
another separate island.
Yeah, I
that's
think
where
it
they're getting the
says-
material.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it
They're-
says where they are. I can't remember. Somewhere else in South America.
He's like
he's
me.
like, oh, Hammond's not. He
He's
was
a
expecting
digger.
Hammond to be there,
Sorry.
which I thought was weird. That's why I wasn't sure where it was.
Yeah.
No, because Hammond's usually the guy who wants to get, because they found a fossil.
Oh, so he.
So he thinks Hammond's coming to get the fossil.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to Gennaro, the quote unquote blood sucking lawyer.
Thanks.
Different
so
character in the book.
Yeah.
even with Hammond's complete, I want to say maybe 170-degree change from book to movie, Gennaro is by far the most different character, book to movie.
Yes, and I mean,
Gennaro effectively is a character who's not in the movie.
He's
the tour
like a
guide.
combination, right? He's a combination of
He
of
does
those two
lawyerly
guys.
stuff in the beginning, but like Gennaro's the one of the heroes of the film, of the book rather.
I mean, at the end, he's kind of he kind of changes at the end where he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do what Grant's just like, come on, you pussy, you're going to do this.
Go in the raptor hole? Yeah, me neither. I don't want to go.
But even before that, he didn't want to go find the nest. He was just like, oh, they're just going to come and napalm the island anyway.
Yeah, he's just like,
I mean, they
let's
did.
just firebomb it.
But Grant's like, no, we have to go find out how many, we have to count the stuff and see if anything else got off the island.
That's like the
got
part
off
of the book
island.
I didn't like that part. That was like too much.
Yeah,
They slide into the raptor nest and they're hiding behind the boxes and the raptors are right there and they don't find them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was like a little too much, that whole part. But other than that, I like the book. But
yeah, it does seem a little bit.
Yeah.
It seems a little bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
You probably could have ended it a little bit sooner. I agree. I like the
Yeah,
I like the beach though, when they go out on the beach and they're all lined up though, and he's like they want to migrate.
Right.
He figures
Yeah.
that part out. And then so then we meet Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler. They're in what?
Oh, in the movie, yeah. I'm sorry. She's not
she's
Dr.
not a
Sattler in the book.
doctor,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's a grad student, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The book, she's like 19 or 20. She's not
Have
even a
you-
grad student. She's just a college student. Yeah.
have you
No, I
guys
think she
ever
is a
heard?
grad student, isn't she? I think she is a
She's
grad student.
She might be a grad student. Yeah.
She's like 23 or 24.
yeah. And there's no relationship. He's like,
Well, I want to
This-
talk about that a bit.
I was gonna say, have you guys ever heard when people are saying that they didn't know that they were together or they don't think they're together in the movie? 'Cause
Those
it's like,
people-
couldn't
those-
be more clear.
that
Well,
is that
he
Brendan
asked.
who doesn't understand
I don't know. Yeah,
relationship?
It's
asked-
literally said, right, but I mean, I guess if you want to play like devil's advocate, you could say that he's saying that because he doesn't want Malcolm to hit on her.
They're
But
talking about having
but
kids.
they talk about having kids. She's the first scene. She's like fixing his shirt and rubbing his back. They live in the same trailer. It looks like, and when she sees him at the end, she jumps up on him and basically straddles him and hugs him.
So-
like
There's
It's-
a
They don't
couldn't-
kiss.
they don't kiss. But
don't ever kiss.
They couldn't be more clear.
there's
they're
one
dating.
Yes, there's one weird thing though in here that I caught this time. When they're at the dig site, there's a moment where just the two of them are walking, just the two of them. There's nobody else
Yeah.
there, and she calls him Dr. Grant,
Yeah.
which I
But
thought
she
was
doesn't-
weird.
cute?
She's being cute because he's
I don't.
like, that's what he's talking about. How he's talking about like how about the kid. I think right? I think it's in that conversation where he starts to go off on the rant about how babies smell.
It's before the kid.
It's before that. It's before
Yes. It's definitely before the kid. It was, I think, I don't remember. Oh, I think it's right after they do the, like the guy does the imaging or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're
in the
looking
very
at,
beginning.
Yeah, very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
She's definitely being cute. I think she's just being cute.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, maybe I just missed it.
Yeah, they're together.
I'm not saying they're not together.
He's like,
in
we
this.
were saving that, like the bottle of champagne in our fridge where we live in this trailer together. Like,
well,
when he
I don't
comes
know
in,
if they
takes the
lived in
champagne
that.
out
If
of the
they
fridge.
both live in there together, I'm not.
I
don't
mean,
know.
come on.
Yeah.
They're together.
I'm not saying
and
they're not together.
I never in my head realized that they're like 20 years apart in age.
They're
in real
not
life.
supposed to be that far apart.
She's in her 20s,
aged,
right, Laura Dern?
She's like
She's-
23 or something.
They're very far apart in real life age, but I think he's supposed to be like 35 and she's supposed to be like 27, which is not terrible.
Yeah.
I think in Closer she was like 23 and he was like 40, but you know.
Which is, I think, probably closer to the books, right? He's a grandson.
But the books, they're
40s.
not. They're
she's engaged to somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there's nothing there at all.
Yeah.
I wonder why, because there's no, it's clear that they're together, but there's no like outward
there's no romance.
like connection. There's no romance, there's no kissing.
There's no intimacy. There's no intimacy.
There's no intimacy at all. I could believe that the two of them are not together. Like,
I mean, the whole movie takes place over like 12 hours.
No, it's 2 days.
From when they get there to when they leave, it's like they get there, the night
2
happens,
days.
he sleeps with the kids, they wake up, and it's like later that afternoon when they leave the island.
Yeah, it's 2 days,
So, like,
basically.
And they're not together for a lot of it, but I mean,
they're just not a very PDA couple.
Yeah. They're archaeologists and a
They're
paleobotanists,
just
so.
whatever. They're
Right.
on a work
Paleontologist and a
trip.
paleobotanist,
It wouldn't be appropriate for them to be making out all over the place on like a
on the helicopter
trip.
while they're landing.
I also thought was funny is that in the book, like they're staying there for like 48 hours. They're going for the weekend. So they have like luggage and they go to their hotel room and everything. And in the movie, they have nothing. They just show up in the clothes they have. She has like a backpack and that's it. And
They're on tour.
They just like go straight to the tour. There's no like indication that they have like luggage or anything. I just
We don't need that. That's
not
unnecessary.
necessary. I know, but
they do go to their rooms and there's a bunch of other
there's
stuff.
like a hotel and everything. Yeah.
There's only like one building, I think, in this movie.
There's like the visitor center.
There's the visitor centers where they spend most of the time.
And then the bunker, wherever that is. Is that underneath the visitor center?
It's somewhere.
And the control room is. I don't know where the control room is.
Control room, I think, is in the visitor center from this, and then there's the maintenance bunker or whatever where the
bunker where everybody's hiding out, where Malcolm is for most of the movie. And then the
he
maintenance
says,
shed
let's
is
go to
where
the safety bunker, which I think is just in that building. I think it's just below
it's probably
the visitor
underneath.
center.
Yeah. And that's not in the book.
No, there's
the visitor center is also
hotel room.
Yeah,
for the whole thing.
Yeah, the visitor center is also it's also the control center for the park. Yeah. So it's got the real science room. It's got the real control room. It's all there. Yeah. There's they cut down the locations, I guess, a lot.
It's not necessary. I mean,
you got a raptor paddock. That's all you need.
This is a perfect movie. Let's just call it what it is. There's nothing I would change in this whole movie.
There's literally one thing I would not even change. There's one thing that I would add, and it doesn't impact me in the slightest.
What's that?
But okay. So the dinosaur T-Rex comes out of the T-Rex paddock.
Oh, I know what it is.
Right? And he walks out of the fence, and then like 5 feet to the left, they drop down a giant cliff.
Yes.
And I just want them to show that there's like a big hill and that he's up here and they went down this way. Right. Just give me that geography and then like I understand it.
I thought about that today. I was like, this is bad. I'm like, it must be a really steep hill right there. And they just ended up at the bottom of it. Just, because that's where the goat is. It's right. Yeah. It's like level ground.
They're here.
Yeah.
Like
he walks
they're
out,
here. For the people on camera. Like that's where he comes out, and then they go right here. And fall down the
drop
tree.
down. Yeah, that's what.
So just show me the hill. That's all.
That's all.
That's literally the only note.
I know.
And I do not give a shit, really. But
yeah.
I like that. So the film also, right, we get this, okay, so we're on the island, right? We go to the island. Hammond, convinces them, basically says, I'll fund your dig for the next 3 years if you come. And they're like, yes, which is basically what happens in the book too. Mm-hmm. Although it happens over the phone, I think. Not in,
of course, in the book, he's like, ha ha ha, I'll never have to spend that money because you'll be out of a job because he's evil.
Little did he know that he's dead. He's dead.
He's dead. They're not getting money anyway.
He dies in the greatest way possible. That
yes, he does.
Pretend Tyrannosaurus Rex noise makes him fall down a hill.
Yes.
And then he hates his grandchildren. He hates his grandchildren.
He's the worst.
He's like just cursing their existence as he dies.
No, okay, let's talk about
the book.
Evil John Hammond in the book. If you're not convinced at the part where he talks about how the biotechnology, he's like, what am I going to do? Use this to help people and sick people? He's like, that's dumb. That's such a waste. I'm going to use it to entertain people and make a shit ton of money.
Yep.
He flat out says that in the book. What a waste. Why would I help people?
He's so evil.
Oh my God.
But yes, if that didn't get you, if you're like, well, there's some good points there.
Yes.
When he talks about how he hates his grandkids.
Yes, those two parts.
Why did you bring them there?
He brought them there specifically to try and influence these people to say yes.
Yes.
Because the kids would be so filled with wonder.
Yes.
That, that's it.
I feel like that's
props.
the reason that he invited them in the movie, too, except that he also loves them.
Well, I also
cares about that they're going to be dead.
And his daughter's getting divorced. So
his daughter's getting divorced. It's a Spielberg movie. Parents have to get divorced.
But they get divorced.
That's in the book. In the book, they're divorced.
Yeah, I know. But again, that's
a throwaway line. They never
Mom's got a boyfriend, somebody that she works with. That's in the book. So
but in the movie, he does, but he also he believes the wonder. It's not a callous ploy. It's I need to share the wonder.
Yes.
Yeah, in the movie, he's more of a, he's trying to do good, but he's misguided. Yeah. Yes, he's just jumping the gun a little bit.
He feels like he has the whole speech with the flea circus or whatever.
Yes.
He's made his money conning people, and he wants to give them something real.
Yes, he wants to do. Yes, exactly.
Right.
I had that written down here somewhere, but that scene, yeah, for sure. He wants to give them something real, and his intentions are good. In the book, he just wants to make a shit ton of money, and that's the reason why he's doing this.
We can have coupon day.
Yeah,
if the lawyer gets that one.
Yeah. And I forgot this too. The film invents the concept of the raptor attack, right? With the one raptor's going to stare at you and draw your attention, while the two raptors come from the side.
No, that's in the book.
That's not specifically described in the book.
Specific. It's very specific in the movie.
When they're
Muldoon says
by the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they're by the cage.
Well, he says they distract. They're smart, and they'll distract you. They can come up with plans and distract
Grant
people.
Says that at the beginning. He describes how the raptors attack when he's talking to the kid.
In the
raptor,
movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I'm saying.
saying Muldoon describes the pack hunting in the book.
Oh, he also. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. It's Grant. Yes, you're right, Jen. I'm sorry. It's Grant who describes it.
Yeah, but Muldoon in the movie should have known. Should have been tricked by that.
Well, that's why he says it. He was tricked because he's in the moment. He's not thinking clearly.
I know.
And that's why he says,
Clever
girl.
He knew that's how they hunted, so he should have been prepared for that.
When in theory, and I think more so in the book, it's the reverse, right? Muldoon knows more about their habits and how they interact with each other and their brains. not Grant, who somehow would be able to tell how they attacked based off of fossils. I don't even know if that's possible,
I
to be
don't
honest
know.
with you. But yes, that's
Lot
set
of
out right in the beginning. Like, hey, this is how they attack. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to get that later on in the movie. We just got to... Do you remember that? Did anybody remember it? And then all of a sudden when it happens, it's like, oh, that's right. He said that in the beginning.
That's it.
Grant knows everything.
Grant does know everything. I think the biggest obvious change with his character, well, is that he doesn't like kids in the movie. Meanwhile, in the book, he loves kids.
Right.
He doesn't like kids, and he gets stuck with two of them. Oh man!
That's a
Right.
Spielberg.
But he's also
He's also-
so nice to the kids.
yes.
He doesn't. I don't think it's that he doesn't. Well, he says he doesn't like them. I think
But
he just feels
he-
uncomfortable
he's
around them.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
And that, but then he never loses his temper with them or is like mean to them in any way.
Because he's the best.
He's
Yeah.
the most super nice. And I just love at the end when they're cuddling him and she's just like looking at him.
Yeah.
Seeing like
She lays it on thick in this movie, Lex, with him like grabbing his hand when he's
yeah,
going
she
to
does it on
walk.
hand. Yeah.
It's almost like you feel like I know she
here,
says
so-
something like
There she is.
Yeah, there she is.
yeah. Yeah, there she is. Hello.
That's a signed photo.
But I feel like that could be, even though it's never mentioned in this movie, that like their father's a total jerk, and she doesn't have like a nice father figure in her life, like at home.
But
So
meanwhile,
that's why she's like latching onto Grant like immediately, and she's after the Tyrannosaurus Rex attacks her, she's just petrified to do anything. But.
Right.
Well, I would say this is a good change because her character in the book is so annoying.
Well, she's so little. She's just like,
But
There's-
she's
there's
constantly
one
like
part-
yelling and blowing their
Oh, I
spot,
hate her.
like
I hate her.
screaming and like yelling and
Yeah.
being loud when everyone's trying to be quiet and asking the dumbest questions.
There's one part where she's playing catch with like I guess Regis,
yeah.
and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
right here, right in the mid, babe. And I'm like,
Oh, does she
has
say
Michael
babe?
Crichton ever met an 8-year-old girl? Like that's not how they act.
That's
It
how
was
they
just-
talked in the 80s, Jen.
Yeah, to a grown man that she doesn't know.
Yeah. Tom, were you
don't
upset? I want to know, were you upset that they took away the Mets hat for just a generic baseball cap in the movie?
No.
She was probably a big fan of the 86 Mets, right?
I know. I know.
She's probably a big Strawberry, Dwight Gooden
Yeah.
fan. Oh,
Ron
yeah.
Darling fan. The girls liked Ron Darling.
She mentions something about the glove. Was it Daryl Strawberry glove or
Oh,
something?
yeah, she has a
or-
Daryl Strawberry glove. Yeah,
Yeah.
she does. Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
These kids are clearly not from New York.
Yeah.
Oh yes, they're supposed to be from New York, and they swap the ages, right?
Ages,
in
yeah.
In the book, Tim's the older one, and he's the one who's good with computers, not Lex, and she's kind of useless in the
Yes,
movie in the
she
book.
is.
So they kind of Spielberg was like, let's give her some of these qualities, make her the one with good with computers, so that way we can have her do things and not just be an annoying little kid,
Yeah.
which was a good choice.
Yeah. She's great. Both of the kids are great, but she's really good in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both really good in this. I just like watching it again, thinking of just looking at it, I was like, wow, these kids really did a good job in this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I don't know if anyone in any film ever has looked as scared as she does
Oh yeah.
when she's holding the Jello
Yeah.
and she sees the shadow. It's wordless. It's just this,
Yeah.
and you're like,
There's the other scream she has during the T-Rex attack where
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think Grant has to
covers
put his
them out.
hand to cover their mouths. She's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, that's exactly
Yeah.
it.
that's what the head
I-
tilted.
Think my favorite shot of the whole movie is when the T-Rex comes through the what the hell is it called? The window on the top of the car, the
Oh
sunroof.
yeah, the sunroof.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And they're like
And they're
holding
the
it up.
glass, and it's
It's
like, oh my god,
Shatterproof
Pure
glass.
terror. Yeah.
it's so good.
We're getting to that because I have there's a bunch of iconic things and there's
Yeah.
so many quotable lines in this movie.
Yes.
Oh
Obviously,
my God.
we already
This
said
was a
"clever
difficult
girl"
week.
about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Grant is different in that sense where this is definitely a Spielberg thing, like, oh, let's make somebody has to be awkward with children and there has to be some sort of tension with children and adults in there, or uncomfortability. And I guess if you're pulling out the other themes of the book, like the more Malcolm's criticism of Hammond and Wu and what they're trying to do. And they're really stripping a lot of that out of the movie. So Spielberg's got to fill it with something, and he's like, "Yeah, let's rip that shit out, and let's put awkward grown up with children, and make it a more family." I mean, he did. He made this into a more family friendly.
I mean, definitely.
Picture.
It's an all ages 4-quadrant type picture. I mean, I will say, I do think, between the boardroom scene and the scene in the lab, you walk away from this movie knowing, like, scientists should not act with hubris. Like, it's not necessarily business is bad, but it's like you have to think about trying to play God, because it's not going to work out. I mean,
we get a couple of Malcolm lines in there where he's, and even Ellie, the scene with him at the table.
When she's like,
cream.
"It still is the flea circus," right? You
Yeah.
don't understand. That's what you don't understand. But like, I remember from the trailer. Again, like I feel so old because that was a very long time ago. But I remember in the trailer, it's a big line in the trailer. It's in the boardroom scene as well. I'm calling that the scene where they're talking. And he says, like, "Oh, we have coupon day," where Grant says, "Dinosaurs and man, two creatures separated by 65 million years of evolution, and you just simply put them back together." Like they're all highlighting what a thoughtless idea this is.
Yeah, they're basically saying you think you've thought of everything, but how can you think of everything when, like you said, these two species have never existed together ever.
Right. Ellie says the thing too, like in that scene about like, "You've got plants here because they look nice." They're like, they'll attack people. Like they'll defend themselves violently. And like that's more prominent in the book too. Like there's literally carnivorous plants that are in the park. You know? Or
and
poisonous plants.
Yeah, Malcolm. I mean, towards the end when Malcolm's in the book when he's under his morphine. Fugue state, he talks about like oxygen levels were different during that, and all everything, atmosphere was different, the heat, the temp, like all of this is like different environment that you didn't take into account or think what effect it would have on the dinosaurs. And there's also a lot in the book about like things going on with the dinosaurs, like getting sick. I mean, we get the Triceratops getting sick in this.
They never really explain.
It's weird.
That never goes anywhere.
They literally tease the explanation in the books and then say that's not what it is. A very odd choice, right?
In the book?
In the book, it's like, "Oh, he's eating the berries that are poisonous."
Yeah,
and that's
when
why he's
he
getting the
walks
blisters.
around.
It's
right,
the,
but like
the stones.
she's digging.
It's the stones, the gizzard stones. When they're picking up the gizzard stones, they're getting the berries in there, like accidentally, which is making them sick.
But she goes through the poop looking for the berries and doesn't find them in the movie.
Yes.
And I was like, I always thought it was like,
I wonder if there was another scene that they cut that they were just like, "Who cares?"
Yeah, it was definitely a weird thing because there was never any payoff for that scene.
No, it's literally just to separate Ellie.
them.
Yeah. It's funny. I always thought when I first saw the movie, I thought, because he said it would happen every 6 weeks, that it was some sort of like dinosaur menstrual cycle, and like that was going to be like, oh, they are breeding, like she's the, something weird like that. But that wasn't.
They breathe through their tongues. It does, but that scene, besides like to separate Ellie, does have another one of the best quotes in the movie. And that's one big pile of shit.
Yes, that's one big pile of shit.
And it has Dr. Harding, who is a huge part of the book and exists only in like that one scene.
That's it. He's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can drive her back in the Jeep.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I was like, "Oh, she said Dr. Harding."
Yeah.
I'd never heard that guy's name before.
Goodbye, Dr. Harding. We skipped over maybe the best casting in the movie. Wayne Knight as Dennis Nedry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
he's
good.
great.
He's so good.
I pictured Nedry a little younger than Wayne Knight, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Definitely perfect. I mean, the whole scene in the beginning.
Yeah.
Dodgson, we got Dodgson here.
Dodgson here.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And he takes the shaving cream and puts it on the pot.
Yeah.
Well, I loved how the prop department made the shaving cream container. They made it like perfect, I think, to the way it's described in the book. Maybe even better.
I actually have that in the house somewhere in this room.
You have that prop?
I have the prop.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't know if you were. So we did years ago. We did New Year's. New Year's Eve. We always used to do movie marathons. We did Jurassic Park marathon here back when Jurassic World. I think was the last one, and so we had that for the. I think I did see it then. I'm a little disappointed that you didn't break it out for this podcast, Tom.
Michelle asked if I wanted to get it, but I'm like, we don't do props on the show.
I was gonna show you guys a picture that I can't find. I was looking for it before. I forgot that me and Dan dressed up. I was a dinosaur and he was John Hammond. I gotta find the picture. I'll put it in Discord if I can find it, but I can't find it right now.
Oh, that's amazing. I don't remember that. I don't know if I ever saw that.
No, it was like a Mardi Gras, like a Roxbury thing. Okay. That's why, yeah.
Yeah, so Dennis Nedry, loving it. Dwayne Knight's killing it. I mean, we get like going back and watching this movie again, I forgot how much or how long that scene with him like out in the rain with the Dilophosaurus.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a long sequence. I forgot about that being that long. I always thought it was like very quick.
He's probably the worst person in the movie, right?
Yeah.
And you still like
feel bad for him.
You feel so bad for when he loses his glasses, and you're like, oh man, this guy's so fucked.
Well, I mean, it's worse in the book. He gets
it is.
He feels his belly get cut open, and he feels the dinosaur starting to eat his insides.
Like, oh, I can't wait till I'll be dead soon. It's gonna be over soon or something. Oh my god.
Yes. This is I've also forgot rereading this book how like horror-y it is, and this is where I feel like the James Cameron stuff might have come in with like you might have seen like some bellies getting sliced open a bit.
More than one person who's being eaten alive in this movie. In the book, I mean.
In the book, yeah.
And I'm like, this is just awful. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's
what would happen.
What would happen?
Yeah.
Now, did any of you think when you watched this scene with him and the shaving cream that like he wouldn't be able to bring that on the plane nowadays?
No. I do think that he dramatically drops it. It goes under a pile of mud. And it doesn't matter at all. Nobody.
That was 100% supposed to be like this is the sequel.
But it's just embryo. Are they fertilized embryos? The embryos fertilized.
But they're only
they're fertilized. Embryos are fertilized, right?
Do they say this in the movie that they're only the coolant is only good for for like
a couple of
48 hours or something like that?
Yeah, I mean it could also be
less. I think it's only like 12 hours in the or something like that in the book. So
that's why the clock is so.
He's also in the book not supposed to leave, right? He's just supposed to like drive down, drop off the can, and then go back.
Yes.
Yeah. So nobody would know that.
That's the whole plan. It's like
but in the movie, he's just like
he's going on that barrier. Yeah. He's just gonna cut and run.
Yeah, like I don't think he meant to do this in the book. I feel like he shut everything down so he could steal the embryos.
Yeah.
But then he was gonna come back and turn it back on. I don't think in the movie he was just like, these people are absolutely screwed and I don't give a shit. I'm leaving. I'm turning off the security systems, and they're not coming back on.
In the book, he does. It's not all his fault that this starts happening, right? Like he does a few things shut down, but I feel like it's not as dramatic. I mean, the T-Rex. Yeah, I guess the what's it called goes up. Yeah, I guess the fences go out.
Yeah, I think he meant to come back and fix it. Yeah, just turn it back on. I think he didn't come back.
Says that the dry run only took about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to be back in like 6 minutes.
Well, the island is only 8 miles in the book too.
Yeah.
It's not very big at all.
It's not big. Yeah, it's not like even with the rain, if he didn't crash into the side, he probably would have made it.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have come back.
He's also getting screwed over in the book by Hammond with the money wise. Well,
he is in this too. In the movie, he says don't be cheap, Dodgson. That was Hammond's mistake.
Well, but then so there's a scene later on. Here's another thing that doesn't pay off, right? Later on, when he's complaining to Hammond, Hammond says, he's like, I don't expect you, something about mistakes. He's like, I don't expect you to something about mistakes, but I do expect you to pay for them. So like implying that there's like something that happened with Nedry and he's kind of stuck there because he made a mistake or did something he shouldn't have done.
Right. Like, I don't know if it was like, the way I read it was like almost Nedry expected to get a bonus or to get some kind of financial reward for doing a job that he didn't do. And so Hammond didn't pay him. And now he's like, fuck you, Hammond. I want my money. No, in the movie. Like that. Okay. That's how I always read that line. It's like Hammond's like, don't talk to me about money anymore. We already had this conversation. Yeah. Like, I don't expect people to, like, you made a mistake. You didn't get this. Yeah. You didn't get the money. And that's what it is.
Yeah, because in the book it says something like he thought that he had to do this extra work and he thought he would get compensated for it. But they were like, no, that's included in your original contract. Yeah. You know, what we already paid you for. So that's what he was pissed off about.
Yeah, he's pissed that he has to go back and do more work and he's not getting paid for the extra work. Right. So it is clearly like...
Similar,
No, but I feel like more in the book, it's clearly Hammond being a cheapskate and forcing him to fix his stuff. Yes. Whereas in the movie, it's more like Nedry fucked up and Hammond's just holding him to that and saying like, you fucked up, you need to fix this.
Right. I paid you for this work to be right, not for this work to be done, however you did it. Yeah.
He goes so far as to create an image of himself going,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like full scorched earth. Yeah.
Please.
God damn it. I hate this hack of shit.
Do we want to talk about the perfect character, my favorite character in this movie, Samuel Jackson?
I feel like you should have said, "Please, motherfucker."
Like 2 years later, 2 years later,
dinosaurs in this motherfucking park.
I remember years ago, like when the first, like the second trilogy was coming out, or before it was coming out, when they announced that they were going to do some more movies. He was like, "Hey, man, I think the Adventures of One-Armed Arnold on the island somehow surviving."
Yeah.
He's like, you never see my body.
So all right. So Samuel L. Jackson's amazing. I have so many things I want to talk about with Samuel L. Jackson. I didn't notice it until this time watching it. When they first get into like the lab area at the park, you hear a voice over the intercom, like talking like the ferry's leaving at whatever time. That's his voice.
Yeah.
Because he says it later.
I know, but I never realized that was his voice talking over the intercom because I never really paid attention to it that much. And then you're right. Later on, he does call it out. You see him call out the ferry's leaving again, and I'm like, oh shit, great continuity.
The amount he smokes cigarettes in this film, something that would never happen nowadays.
But completely in line with the book character.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the character in the book.
Yeah.
I want to know how much practice he had to talk with the cigarette like at the very tip of his lips, like and not fall out. And he's like, one of my favorite parts is when he's like, he's reading what he's typing onto the computer, like access main systems, access main computer thing, and he's got the cigarette just bouncing on the tip of his lips.
So much ash, and he's just like, and then he gives the other trailer line. I can't get this park back online without Nedry. Yeah, without Dennis Nedry. Love it.
Find me Dennis Nedry. Yeah.
Look at the vending machines.
Look at the vending machines. They hate him so much. It's great.
Like his whole station is just garbage and food on the ground.
So I think, one of the notes I have here is there should be more fat jokes. Like in the book, because in the book they're just constantly not fat jokes, but they're constantly pointing out that he's fat. And kind of making comments about it.
So you don't need to point it out.
Yes, but I like the more subtle approach where his messy workstation with all the candy bar wrappers and him going to get snacks and check the vending machines. Like it's much more subtle in the movie. And I guess for being a family-friendly movie, you don't want to be outright.
Right.
You call him a slob. You don't have to call him a fat slob.
Yeah.
Right. We know he's fat.
Yeah.
You got it.
It's visual. It's a visual medium. You don't need to have it explained to us.
So just speaking of the Samuel L. Jackson role, right? They actually had filmed a sequence of him with the rat, like when he goes into the maintenance area and he winds up dying. I think they had filmed or they were going to film. Hold on a second. Oh, it was originally scripted to have filmed a death scene. However, the hurricane destroyed the set before the scene could be shot, resulting in the character just simply disappearing and the arm being found.
I feel bad, but I it's so cool when the arm
It's
drops out
much
on
better
Terrence.
surprise, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you know he's dead, but yes, they throw in another
Yeah, you
little
assume
horror.
They give you a little
Yeah.
hope
Yeah.
that he's not. 1 second of like,
Mr.
oh,
Arnold.
She's like, oh, Mr. Arnold. Like he would just kind of throw his arm over her.
and it's like,
And
oh,
she
it's a
backs
black
up into
guy's
the
head.
raptor,
It's got to be
yeah.
Mr. Arnold.
Yeah.
He's the only one here.
Well, there's a black arm here.
Well, if they could have
Must
went.
be him.
Now, if this
So
No,
racist.
I meant her. She sees
Right,
it. She
yeah.
doesn't see it. She sees that black
Well,
guy's
she's looking
head.
for him. She,
well, he's the only other person. Like he was
Right,
supposed
right.
to be.
I
there.
know. I know.
If this were Joe Dante filming doing this movie, you would have seen the raptor, the arm in the raptor's mouth, and the raptor like kind of using it to pat her, to trick her. All right, so I did just jump and talk about one of my favorite characters. So I think maybe we should ask Teddy what his favorite character is in the movie.
Dinosaur or human?
Oh, well, we go both. Why don't you say who's your favorite human first?
Ian Malcolm. It's
Okay.
obvious.
Why is he your favorite?
1, he's hilarious, and 2, now he does apartment commercials.
That's true, he does. All right, and what dinosaur from the first Jurassic Park film is your favorite dinosaur?
I mean, like, it's the Velociraptor.
It's got to be the Velociraptor and Ian Malcolm. I mean, I think a lot of people's favorite character is Ian Malcolm. So
Yeah. For those of us who might be watching us on YouTube, you can see Ian Malcolm's sweet abs. Oh, so close.
his nipple is, oh, that's not his nipple. That's a cut. I
that's
thought
a
that was
cut.
his nipple.
That's a cut. That's a
It's
cut.
a wound.
Yeah, we have reclining Jeff Goldblum behind us on screen.
I made note of Gennaro's shorts.
Yeah. Suit shorts.
It's just so weird. I don't know what that wardrobe choice was. I guess it was supposed to be like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he's wearing a suit jacket with the short. I've seen people wear like a dress shirt with shorts, but he's wearing a suit jacket and a tie with the shorts.
Yeah.
Can I tell you my favorite new line, which I feel like I've heard before, but I must have forgotten about it? When they're on the ride in the beginning and they're passing by the scientists, and he tries to ask if they're animatronic, but he says, "Are these
it's
autoerotica?"
Yes. I have
Oh
I
my
have that
God.
noted too.
I love that so much. It's just like you just pass right by it, but it's
Yeah.
so funny.
He's good, man.
Autoerotic.
Oh, that's Martin
Are they
Ferrero
heavy? Yes.
as
And they're
Martin
my
Ferrero
God.
as Gennaro as the slime ball sleazebag lawyer.
There's nothing wrong. He's not a sleaze bag.
he left us.
Well, he did leave though.
He did leave
He
us.
panicked.
Yeah.
But getting eaten off a toilet is maybe one of the most iconic movie deaths.
Yeah.
Getting whipped back and forth by
Well, yeah. Then you get it leads you for that scene later on where it's like, I think this is Gennaro. She's like, I think this is the other
This
half
is
of
too, yeah.
He's like, oh, I think this is part of Gennaro. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the other part. It reminds me.
man.
There's a scene in Die Hard with a Vengeance where they're climbing onto the ship. And they're climbing on the wire, like the tension wire, to get down on the ship. And the tension wire snaps, and it swings down and hits one of the guys on the boat. And the next scene is Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis, and he's like, Bruce Willis is getting his arms, and he tells Samuel L. Jackson to get his legs, and then they both turn the same way and are both pulling him next to each other because the guy got sliced in half.
That's one of the better parts of that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely one of those great, clever parts that they put in there. All right, Gennaro shorts. Sorry, I had to put that in there. And the next note I have is John Williams provides 2 iconic music themes for the film.
Yes.
We get them back to back. The music in this movie is spectacular. Obviously, those
really
two themes that we get in there. Do you have a favorite of the 2 themes, or is there another theme perhaps in this movie that you really like?
They both evoke a completely different emotion.
Yes.
Like I could say, I think about each one, and I'm like, no, that one's better. No, that one's better. Like,
I'm partial to the
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Well, that's when you see the dinosaurs for the first time.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
While the dinosaur roars at the end, the sign falls down.
Yes,
Oh my god.
That's
so
the
good. Both. Yeah.
The first
So
time
good.
that's played is when the helicopter's coming down to land on the island. Is the and then shortly after when they see the dinosaurs is when
I think the slower majestic one is the main theme.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's the main theme of the film, and then that's the adventure theme.
Yeah. But there's no music during the T-Rex attack, right? I don't think.
I don't
It's
think
just
so.
like
No.
silence.
No, it's just screams.
There might
Screams
be,
and rain.
I'm trying to remember if there's like an ambience.
I don't
like,
think
sound,
so.
an ambient sound behind it, but just getting back to Gennaro, because there's the line right where he says, if the experts aren't convinced, then I'm not the expert. Sorry, if the investors are not convinced, then I'm not convinced. But shouldn't it have been the other way around when he says that to Hammond? Like the investors aren't convinced unless I'm convinced. Like that's why he's there.
Yes, that's what it should be. Yes.
Yeah, he says it backwards.
Yeah.
And of course, you love how another foreshadowing. Hammond says, he'll expect an apology in 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's not coming, for sure. We get the second theme. We get the first shot of the dinosaurs. Right, they're riding in the truck. We get those iconic shots of Dr. Grant getting up. The camera following. Yes, the camera following him up. Then it goes to Ellie. Like he's grabbing Ellie, and then she does her climb up out of it, and the camera pans up, and we get the brachiosauruses.
The whole Dr. Graham idea, Dr. Sattler.
Yeah. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh my God.
He was like, "What am I gonna say?" He ran that. How am I gonna deliver it?
When he was in the trailer, he knew what he was gonna say.
My dear Dr. Sattler.
There was I don't know. There's like an old Ellen DeGeneres stand-up bit where she's talking about, she's like miming being at a movie and like something awesome happens in the movie and you just start shoving popcorn into your mouth, and that's like become like shorthanded in my head for like an awesome moment in the movie, and that's it. Like at that point, I'm 100% in on this film. Like I don't care what happens next. That's executed so well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like one of those again, like iconic kind of shots of the just of the two of them like standing up out of the Jeep.
Yeah.
Before you see the dinosaurs, and we get the line, of course, that
Yeah.
There's like a lot of like money shots in this movie. Like this is for the trailer.
Right.
Yeah. To Jurassic Park. They get to the visitor center and they're going on the tour. We talked about Mr. DNA. Mr. DNA is very reminiscent of like an old like Schoolhouse Rock type or cartoon that we watched when we were kids.
Yeah, he sounds a little bit like I'm Just a Bill.
Yeah.
I love how when you're going through that, they would cut. Then obviously they intersperse it with like the real life scenes of the scientists and things like that. And he's talking about like this very technical and complex method of getting the DNA out, and it's just a guy drilling a hole into and then sticking a needle through it, like a syringe through it. I'm like, that's not really complex. It's pretty straightforward. Right. It's like I could do that here in my garage.
Well, you'd have to find the mosquitoes first.
No, but he says of extracting it. He says like it's a very like complex, technical, method of extracting it. Literally, while they're just drilling a hole into it, and then he just takes a syringe and sticks a syringe in there. I like also how they talk about how they're using virtual. 3D. No, it's virtual reality.
The virtual reality gloves.
Yeah.
You see the guy with the virtual with the gloves, and I'm like, I'm not really sure what that guy's doing. I don't think he's really doing anything.
He's just turning a DNA strand back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I'll put the frog DNA right about here.
He's just like
fill in the code.
He's like mashing it together like it's Play-Doh in virtual reality.
You know what I also never thought of, which they explain in the book, that they put the embryos into plastic eggs, which they also put money into this company to create these plastic eggs for them. Like, where do the eggs come from in the movie?
They say it's bird eggs. I think they say ostrich eggs.
Yeah, the ostrich eggs.
They say that in the movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Does he say? I don't know. Wait, does he say that?
Yeah.
No, actually, they don't. I don't think they explain it. They don't actually. I remember now watching it. They don't explain it at all in the movie about like where the eggs come from.
I never thought about it before, but I was like, you don't, like, where do the eggs come from?
Well, yeah, it's so funny. In the book, like, right there's a guy from the, was it from, not from the EPA, from the Federal Trade, I can't remember. There's a government official, right, questioning. He goes to visit Grant and starts questioning about Hammond. Yes. And he brings up, like, he's like, 4 years ago, John Hammond bought this plastics company that makes whatever egg. Like, they're getting into all this, like, weird background stuff. That,
but that makes sense. You need an egg.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get a real egg?
Yeah. They don't explain it in the movie whatsoever.
Yeah. You have to see that thing hatching. Like, that's important to see. I never thought of it until I read the book, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, nobody's laying these eggs. Where do they come from?
We get...
But
when he's got the thing hatching, right? Yeah, and he's holding the little tiny raptor, and you can see, and this is like where I'm like, oh, Sam Neill's a good actor. I remember distinctly thinking that the first time I saw the movie, like, it's so clear he really just wants to snap this thing's neck right now, and he's trying really, like he's really thinking about, like, it'd probably be better for everyone if I just kill it now.
Like why did they breed raptors?
Because rides that most people want to go on at theme parks are roller coasters, right? Scary things are what sell.
Also, right, they don't know what they're creating. Like, when they first do it, they don't know what dinosaur they're creating, right?
Right. They're
so
they've been like, no, get rid of that one.
And there's what, 6 raptors in the book? In the movie, there's only, or is there 3 in the movie?
3. There's 4 in the movie.
No, I think there's only 3. She kills all but 3. Muldoon mentions when.
Yeah. I thought she killed. I thought she left 3. Maybe she only leaves 2.
Oh no, maybe she kills all but 3.
Who are you talking about?
I think it's
in
4.
The movie?
Yeah.
In the movie.
Is it 4? She kills all but 3, right?
Yeah. There's at the end. Yes. There's
2 at the end. There's 1 in the freezer.
There's 1 in the freezer. There's 1 in the bunker in the power room. No.
She says unless they learn how to open doors. And then the next shot is a raptor opening a door.
Yes.
There's the 1 in the freezer, and at the end...
but then there's 2 in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then 1 in the maintenance shed, and then 1 in the freezer.
Yeah, there's 4. There's 4.
Maybe he doesn't get out of the maintenance shed. Maybe that's just a throwaway line to... Yeah. I just assumed he got out because she's like, he can't get out unless he learns how to open doors.
And then they cut to them opening doors.
They know how to open doors.
Right. So we meet, here we meet B.D. Wong, Dr. Henry Wu, who, again, is a much bigger character in the book. Yeah. Poor B.D. Wong only gets a little scene here, though I know he comes back in... He's
in all 3 of the Jurassic World films.
Okay.
And he has a very significant role in those films.
I believe he gets eaten by a raptor in the movie.
He gets gutted. Gutted.
Yeah.
He opens up the door to the... He opens up the door to the roof, and the raptor's on top of the door.
It jumps down on him.
Yeah.
Just guts him. Using the old big claw.
A lot. He is a lot more, a lot bigger character in the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
As most of these side characters have much bigger roles in the book. Yeah. But he makes the most of this part. He's great in this little part that he has. I would have liked to got a little bit more into his character, but he does his job and he does it well.
How do you know? Do you check underneath the dinosaur skirts?
Which I think is a line from the book, right?
Yeah, like that scene. Like we don't really get like too much to the weeds of this stuff here, but like the power dynamic and acting in that scene, like about who knows more than who and who's more confident in their knowledge than the other one. It's very quick. It's so well done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The dialogue's great in it. The acting and like you said, a lot of this is ensemble, right? It's so, and they're all working really well together. I think the chemistry between all the actors is great. And yeah, I feel like we also start getting some of the Malcolmisms from the book, like earlier in the movie, right? Is this where he says, life finds a way, right?
Yeah.
This is the life finds a way speech,
Yeah.
which is earlier in the movie than it comes much later in the book, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get that they're all the dinosaurs are female.
Right.
Then they do it later on, right? When they talk about the frog DNA or the amphibian DNA.
No, they put it right in the Mr. DNA tells you.
Yeah. It's filled in with frog DNA.
Yes, and then later on we get the West African frogs that can spontaneously change
Grant
sex.
also knows a lot about frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like any paleontologist would. He smells the egg.
Amphibians.
Yeah, what?
As we all know, some amphibians have been known to spontaneously change gender.
And he's explaining it to the kids. Like,
Well, it's weird because they keep it. He mentions it in the beginning, like when they first get to Jurassic Park, but they never find. He doesn't reveal why until like way at the end of the book. It's like very, very end of the book where he reveals that part because it kind of keeps coming up. And like Dr. Wu eventually goes and checks because he's like, so some of these funny things are he's like, maybe I don't really remember. Like when
Right. Well, in the book too, it's not just frog DNA. They use like 4 different animals' DNA.
No, I know, but the fact that
It's
he doesn't remem if they use frog DNA or amphibian DNA in this is kind of like, what do you dude? You're supposed to be in charge of all the genetic and biomedical technology parts. You can't remember.
I got it, Joe. Don't worry. I got it. I don't have to remember stuff.
I feel like. Sorry, I was just gonna say the scene where the raptors birth, right? Hammond's like, "Oh, I'm here for all of them being born." I feel like that's kind of getting into the Book Hammond. I feel a little bit where he feels like, I want to be here for all them being born because I'm their dad, and
Right.
And he mentions that they also, because of that, they also kind of grow in a little bit of an affinity for him.
Right. It's very selfish in a way too. Like he's like, I want them to imprint on me, so like they'll never hurt me.
Yes,
but
basically.
that doesn't pay off either. That's probably not true.
No, I don't think so. But he thinks it. He thinks it's true.
Right. What he doesn't account for is that they're breeding in the wild. So even if that is true, their kids aren't.
Yes.
They're
not passing it down to their children. We get Bob. Okay, this is where we get Muldoon, right? We're introduced to Muldoon. Bob Peck is awesome in this.
Yes, he is.
He's. It's unfortunate he dies in this.
Yeah.
I guess he goes out in a way that he would want to go out. I don't know.
He shows respect to the raptor at the very end.
He feels like he's earned his
They earned
the raptor deserves to kill him.
Yeah. He made a poor decision.
I also think it's funny that he's going out with a rifle to hunt a raptor when in the book he's like, well, I need rockets. That's like he's like, we're going to take out the raptors.
Give me a
rockets.
bazooka. Yeah.
Well, why can't you just shoot I could see how you need like a rocket for a T-Rex, but why do you can't shoot a raptor and just kill it?
He said they make mention in the books that they're very difficult to kill.
Yeah.
Because of like the decentralization of like their skin's very tough, their bones are hard, their tendons and muscles are very strong. So even shooting them, it's like you'd have to like unload like a whole, I guess, machine gun clip into them maybe to kill it.
Right.
And there's like they have a decentralized. He mentioned something about something being decentralized, where
decentralized nervous system. So like it's
system?
like so it like. If you shoot a person in the head, you may not kill a person, but they will fall down.
Yeah.
Right? Because so much of their but like you could give them a headshot and if it doesn't kill them, it doesn't kill them.
Yeah. And their brains are small dinosaurs, so it'd probably be hard to even hit their brain. But yeah, they're difficult to kill, but I don't think they ever actually do they shoot any dinosaurs in this movie? No, right?
They shoot in the beginning. Shoot her!
Well, I don't know if they actually get a shot.
Oh yeah. With their product using the electric. Yeah.
Well, he's telling them to kill this dinosaur.
Yeah.
I don't think Not even a
Hammond's very nice.
tranquilizer. They tranquilized the Stegosaurus, but off screen.
Right.
Yes,
But
and they trank the T-Rex too in the book.
Yeah, I'm saying
book,
in the movie they don't.
Yeah,
They don't tranquilize.
at the Triceratops.
Yeah, there's no.
What did I say? Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
With the exception,
Sorry. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I meant Triceratops.
They do
There's-
trank a Stegosaurus in the book. I think that scene, right?
No,
is it a Stegosaurus?
I don't
or
think
is it-
so. I think
No,
it's a
it's
Triceratops.
Triceratops.
There's a scene with the Stegosaurus though. in
there's a
the book.
Stegosaurus in the
Yes.
book too, but yeah,
I
there's
remember-
no concept of these people. None of these people are have likely ever fired a gun before. Like none of these people are going to be shooting dinosaurs except for Muldoon.
I found a mistake in the movie. I've just remembered it. When he's taking the embryos out of the refrigerator or whatever, out of the cryogenic freezer, it says Stegosaurus, but it's spelled wrong.
Is it
It's
really?
spelled Stegasa instead of Stego. I noticed it today. I was like, yes. The
That
props
wasn't.
department screwed it up.
That's not one of those things that Teddy
Where
found.
it's like a
though, so-
double.
Oh.
Let's see. Was it like a double spelling? No,
Oh.
it's O.
Wow. Props department.
Why Teddy
screwed that
found
one up.
mistakes in the movie?
Yes.
It's a
Can't wait to hear what they
Stegosaurus.
were. Stegosaurus.
That wasn't one of them. Should we? Let's go to.
Well,
let's
yeah,
go
it's
to
a good
Teddy's
time to
mistakes,
transition.
right? All right, we got a few fun facts. This is the longest clip. I think it's about 3 minutes. So we're gonna listen to a few fun facts from Teddy about this movie.
Because I'm revealing something that might not, a lot of people don't know about.
Really? What's that?
In the kitchen scene, when the velociraptor first opens the door,
Uh-huh.
there's a certain shot, and you can see a person steadying, like the hand comes out, like non-visibly, like it's really hard to see on screen, and starts like moving the velociraptor's tail.
Really?
So it's really hard to catch, but I just wanted to share it with you because of that.
So
And
it's
because
in the
of that-
river. If you go back and you look at that scene really slowly, you can see a person's hand in the scene.
Yeah, you can like see a person's hand like when it's first opening the door, like steadying it by moving the tail a little bit.
Okay, I didn't know. Do you have like a bunch of cool facts like that about the movie?
If you're counting like two more. Yes.
All right, give me what you got. Give me what you got.
So another one, like I think his name is Dennis.
Dennis Nedry.
Yeah, when he is calling the guy in the scene where it floods.
Uh-huh.
That's not a call. You can see on the bottom of the computer it moving along, and it was actually just a video.
Really?
It looked like it was like a little mouse, and like it was actually moving at the bottom of the computer
So you could see the
throughout
video.
a line.
You can see
And
the
it-
video playing, even though it's
Yeah.
supposed to be like a phone call that he's having with the
Yeah,
guy.
even though the guy somehow understands what he's saying, even though it's not at that very moment somehow.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause it right there. He's talking about like the progress bar on the video is what you can see.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
And I love that he like knows that this is Fugazi, but he didn't get like, well, they filmed him.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they're playing the video for him to talk to.
Yeah.
Like he knows it's Fugazi, but not why.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
Yeah.
you can see-
he's acting. He's acting.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one too.
So that's very weird, but it's also very nice to share, I guess.
Okay.
I guess that's a way to put it.
And what's your last fun fact for the film?
Now, this one is the hardest of all to spot. And by the way, all of these I got from a video on YouTube, so
Okay,
I didn't find these myself. So I needed help from some random YouTuber.
Fair enough.
I forgot his name.
Okay.
So, Lex, when she's in the scene where they're walking through the place with a lot of grass to the Triceratops,
Uh-huh.
her shirt, this is the hardest thing to spot possibly almost ever, really, in movie history. In like a millisecond, her shirt changes from like one direction of stripes. They like just move a tiny bit to like the left or to the right. I think it's to the
So
left.
like
And like the diagonal lines, they were normally diagonal and a bit left, and they just came like one quarter of an inch more left.
really?
Like even just like the opposite way. Like the cross, like she had like it was a cross diagonal shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I could clearly remember the YouTubers saying they must have changed filming times and accidentally put the shirt on wrong.
Oh, wow.
Put it on in a different way.
Okay.
And that's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy. All right, that's very interesting, Tom. There's a little continuity error there for you.
That's fun facts brought to you by Teddy.
Yeah.
I love how he said I saw this on a YouTube video, so I don't want to take credit for it.
Yeah, I have to tell you, like, whatever, like, proud dad moment. I had no idea what he wanted to talk about or what he was going to say. I love these thoughts that he had.
Yeah.
So that's all. I appreciate you guys playing them.
All right, man. We're still not even that far into the movie yet.
Oh boy.
We really like this one, I think.
Yeah, we keep stopping to talk about a lot of cool things. All right, we get okay. So they're on the tour out in the park. We're finally getting out into the park.
What?
We're finally getting out into the park.
Oh my
Well,
God! It's
the
2
good
hours
news is
into the show.
the good news is as we move along, we're gonna go. Oh, we talked about that. We talked about that already.
We probably did. All right, there's a lot of iconic things going on, right? We've got the T-Rex attack, right? I mean,
Yes.
we kind of didn't really talk about that at all, right? There's so the cup of water. I just want to talk about the cup of water
my
for a
God.
second. So going back and watching this, I'm like, who would have like a cup, like a plastic glass cup or whatever you want to call them, those stupid cups that I hate because of the way they're designed, just open cup in a Jeep ride through like a rough terrain. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
They're on a track. They're on a track.
That's true. It is a track. But that doesn't
He
make
used
any
it
sense.
for the chaos theory thing on her
But
hand.
they got 2 uses out of that cup, though. They had to put that cup there because, one, they did the chaos theory thing, which I think he does it with Arnold in the movie. And it's much
book.
later.
In the book.
In the book, sorry. In the book, he does that
Yeah.
with Arnold, I think, way later in
No,
the
it's
book.
much better this way.
Yeah.
That's a sound
Or Harden, I don't
surely
remember.
can't believe you're not familiar with Strange Attraction.
Yes. But yeah, so they get double use out of that cup. But just watching it, I was like, that would never happen. No one would do that. No one would put those cups in the Jeep like that a moving Jeep. And then, yes, we get the infamous,
Impact tremors.
Yes, the guitar string underneath with the guy plucking it, and that's how they had to get that effect on the. It's funny, nobody could just like hit the car, hit the side of the car or whatever. Like I don't know why they had to do guitar.
Had to be
string.
perfect.
Apparently, like the guy was like underneath, right? Like they had him kind of underneath there,
yeah.
plucking the guitar string. Just so many iconic moments. You mentioned the what's it called? The glass with the kids holding the glass.
I watched the movie today, and I'm sorry. I watched this scene again. I'm like enthralled with it. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, it's just when the T-Rex roars, it's just like amazing. It's so good.
When the T-Rex looks in the car and she shines the flashlight at it,
and
and
it's just an
people
eyeball?
contract, and then people contracts when the light hits it,
dilated.
and you're like, oh my God, this thing is actually there, and they're going to get killed, and it keeps it doesn't stop. It just gets worse. When the car's flipped over and the mud's coming in, you're like, oh, and then like from when the dinosaur comes out to when they get out of the tree and the car falls on top of them again. It's just like 15 minutes of nonstop terror.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, yeah. I have a note here. The T-Rex is one of the greatest achievements in cinema history. That's
it is.
That is a note I have. I don't know how long it took to film all that. I'm sure it was a lot of days filming. But yes.
It's the movie.
There's no moment where you're like, this isn't really happening.
Yes. And like
it's 100% real the whole way through.
And that's a lot of that is the animatronic. It's a real practical dinosaur. That's the big rig that they had that kept getting wet that they had to dry off.
Yeah.
But like Malcolm takes the flare out and doesn't understand why it worked for Grant, and Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, Grant was like, no, I threw mine so it would go that way. That you screwed this
Get
up.
rid of the flare. Too late.
Yeah, there's the whole movement thing where so in the book he doesn't know that they can only see movement, and I think actually that's something I believe that is not true in real life. I have it down here. The film popularized the idea that the T-Rex's vision is based on movement. In reality, scientific consensus, and Crichton actually retconned this in The Lost World.
He does.
Yeah, it suggests that T-Rex has excellent binocular vision, likely better than a hawk.
How do they know that? Come on.
They don't. They're judging based on animals that exist now that have similar, like, skull to eye ratios, basically. Whatever. Yeah, like that's what they're doing. Like they're saying, like, well, you know what? If an animal now had this, their vision would be like that. So, yeah, it's a very the Lost World book. We'll get into that one day. But yes, I remember that scene in the book very clearly.
Yeah. The flipping T-Rex flipping the car.
Oh my god!
We talked about Gennaro getting eaten already.
It's like if they just sat in the car, it probably would have just like walked away.
Yes. Well, they didn't know not to be.
I know they didn't know, and they're kids, and they took the flashlight out. I mean, I know, but like it's just like, if you didn't do that, then you would have been okay.
Right.
But they weren't.
Yeah.
And we, in some desperate attempt to not have this be a 3-hour podcast, I guess, I'm going to combine this with the next T-Rex appearance.
Yes.
When they go back, and the T-Rex comes, and it's just awesome. You've got Must Go Faster.
Yeah.
Oh, with the driving on the.
Yeah. I didn't get this when I first saw the movie, and is like they're driving away, and then Malcolm like pushes away from the T-Rex as much as he can and hits the because I didn't
gear shift.
Hits the gear shift and then starts slowing down.
Yeah.
And like he can't speed up because Malcolm's sitting on the gear.
And
then you have the
mirror.
You get the mirror, objects in the mirror, maybe closer to the mirror.
Yes.
It's just like, that's why Steven Spielberg's one of the best directors ever, because he's like, I would put this in.
Yeah, we got to use this. We got to show this, and how Malcolm's facing the T-Rex, right? He's in the back, facing backwards, so he's seeing the T-Rex coming at them.
Yeah.
So
the amount of time when they get in the car and it's like right there, and they pull away like just in time. It's perfect.
Well, there's
this
is the same scene, right? Where he's in the car. This is like a ridiculous thing too. I think it's funny as hell. He's in the car. He's in the Jeep already, and Muldoon and Sattler are out in the jungle.
They're looking for Alan,
And he's like, he sees the water going, right? You see the water thing again, and as they come out, he's like, we gotta go, and they're like, they're basically, they don't say this, but they're like, no shit. The T-Rex is right fucking behind them. He comes out right behind them. Like, you don't have to tell us we gotta go. The T-Rex is right behind us.
Right. But no, it's absolutely terrific. Oh my god. And here's again talking about the blend of practical and CGI. Like this T-Rex is almost all CGI.
Yeah.
But you believe it because you just saw what it did. You know.
Yes. Yeah. Because you saw the real one. Yes. That it's great mixing those two together. We talked a little bit about Nedry's encounter but we didn't really talk about the Dilophosaurus too much. This is another one where they kind of threw a little bit of the horror part in there, right? Because you get like, oh, it's a sweet little dinosaur, and then all of a sudden, like, it goes Cobra on him, where it comes out with, and I think that was like a Spielberg invention or a Spielberg asked, because Dilophosauruses, I think real Dilophosauruses didn't have that, and I think real Dilophosauruses are also they don't spit poison.
Yeah.
Oops.
Which
you don't know that.
Yeah, which Crichton I think added to this just for the I guess to write the scenes in, but very cool and very when that thing goes and the fans
and you're
out.
Like,
it goes. It's
if he didn't
scary.
deserve it before this moment, and then he goes, "I'm gonna run you over when I come back down." Like, you know what?
Yeah, you're getting everything you deserve.
Yeah.
And they did make the Dilophosaurus smaller in the movie because I feel like in the book it's like 6 or 7 feet tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they mentioned it.
It would have. Yeah, it's big. It's bigger.
I think they were trying to get the compy effect a little bit of it, like, oh, it's a cute little dinosaur, and he doesn't think it's gonna bother him.
But he's not scared by it at all. He's just like,
he says something like, "You're one of the nice ones" or something like that.
You're not as big as your.
Oh
whatever. He says something like that.
Speaking of that, we didn't get a juvenile T-Rex in this movie though.
No,
one's enough.
One's enough.
One T-Rex is all they could deal with. Let's see. T-Rex in the I have the T-Rex in the rearview mirror with the warning.
Rearview mirror.
Another. As the movie progressed, I took less and less notes because I was just kind of watching it, and it was just mostly action sequences. But one thing I really liked was when they go back to the visitor center. It's the scene with Sattler and Hammond having the conversation eating ice cream. It's right before like when they pan in and you see all the Jurassic Park merchandise in the shop.
Oh yeah. All wheel.
Two things. One, let's get that out there for when the movie comes out so we could sell it. But I also thought like this is another one of I feel like another little Easter egg to the Hammond from the books where he's so like myopic that he's already has the merchandise and the park's not even, he's got like so many other big problems to deal with. And he's like, let me get the merchandise.
But the gift shop is set up.
Yeah. It's just there's a few of those in here where I'm like, oh, that's Book Hammond right there.
Right.
So I love those little things, but that was a fun one. I never really kind of
I like that show.
Yeah, I never kind of pulled on. I talked about the rifle. Muldoon goes out. We get the Muldoon death scene. Clever girl. We talked about that already. Can
we talk about when? Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
Skip. When Sattler comes out of after she turns everything back on and she sees Grant for the first time, and she says, "Run." Is she telling herself to run or him to run?
She's telling herself to run.
It's like she's willing herself to run.
She's got a sprained ankle. She can't even put weight on it.
I never knew. I was always trying to figure out if she hurt herself or if she was walking like that. She was like dragging something behind her. So I could never figure out.
She's on the radio, but no, she hurts herself. I think when she kicks the gate
fence?
closed. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But she's limping for the rest of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an awkward limp, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of like dragging her foot.
Yeah. But quickly trying to run while dragging her foot.
Yes.
We got the scene in the kitchen with the kids and the raptors. It's a fun scene.
Good.
Yeah, it's another one of the iconic kind of highlight scenes.
They don't know mirrors yet.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. All right. So we're right basically at the end here. Which I never was really happy with the end of the movie, even before I read the book, because it just kind of ends, right? Like I feel
they just leave.
Yeah, it's very like abrupt, the ending to this movie. Like there's nothing really resolved at all at the end of the movie except they get off the island. I mean, I guess that's
it. They get out. Well, I mean,
but it's very quick. It's very quick.
It's very quick. The resolution, if there is one, is super quick, and it's one of the least enunciated lines in the film. It's when they drive up with the Jeep, and they go, and Greg goes, Mr.
I decided
Hammond,
not to dose your park.
Dose your park, and Hammond goes, so have I.
Yeah, so have I. Yeah,
which is a total flip.
Yeah.
From the end of the Hammond character in the book.
That's like
his dying breath, still like thinking of what he could do in his next park.
He's just that whole part. He's just in the book when he falls down the hill and he's like trying to get back up, and he's just literally it's all him like blaming other people for this not working.
Else.
Yeah, Nedry was bad. Arnold was bad. Wu was bad.
His kids were useless. His grandkids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's like I don't know, it's a very quick ending. I don't know, it just feels very abrupt, and I never liked the T-Rex saving them. Like,
I love that.
I never liked that.
They're dead if the T-Rex doesn't come. He puts his head down like, we're dead.
Oh, I know that.
Basically.
I know that. I mean, they could have written it differently, I guess is what I'm saying.
I think, like, it's interesting because the T-Rex is, you know, we spent a lot of time on this pod specifically like, talking about how terrible and terrifying all those scenes at the beginning are. And it's like the hero shows up at the end to save them from the real terror.
Yeah.
And, like, I imagine when Spielberg's thinking about he's going to make the movie, he's gonna, you know, like, the image that he had was the T-Rex with the banner.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I'm getting to that. That's the get. And
well, that's another one of the money shots. There's so many money shots in this movie. That's definitely one of them.
And I
hate that shot too. I don't like that one.
Why?
Oh,
What?
I love it.
I think it's too like posing for the camera. Yeah, it's too
But
posing
that
for the
banner is
camera.
literally in the book too.
I know the banner's in the book.
Like,
Nah.
yeah, I don't know.
So it's interesting because you're right. Like the movie doesn't offer a solution to this issue. Like it's almost not about that. And the movie basically tells you like dinosaurs exist now. That's the end. Like they can't kill them. They're already got like as they're flying, they see the birds and like it's almost like they're still here. They're part of nature now. Mankind made a terrific, horrible mistake, and now these creatures exist.
Yes.
The resolution to the movie is Grant's ready to have kids now.
Yes. Yeah. Sattler and Grant are finally gonna bone.
Yeah, like yeah.
Okay.
That's the resolution.
All right. So
last I would say big change book to movie. Malcolm's wounds are not fatal or even particularly close to it.
well, the deaths are very different, right? We get Malcolm dies in the book, Hammond dies in the book.
Wu dies.
Wu dies
in the book, and Muldoon and Gennaro live in the book, but Gennaro's not really the same character in the movie. Like that's Ed Regis is the one who dies in that way, and
he's the coward. He's the and Gennaro's radically different. He's a big buff dude.
Yeah, and he helps a lot. Like he does. He's with Muldoon for a bit. He's with he stays with Sadler and Harding. He's with them. Right, he's part of that group, and I feel like what they did was they kind of gave Sadler more stuff to do in the movie. Like, let's get rid of this character and just because she kind of doesn't do as much in the book at all. Yeah. So they gave her more stuff to do, which I liked.
Right choice.
Good choice. So they can cut out the two characters, I guess, but they still want to have that jerk off character who's gonna. They need somebody to get eaten by the dinosaur in the toilet. So.
Yeah, and he's so good in the film. As the blood-sucking lawyer.
He's just like what's the word? He's just scared. Like he's
it's a perfectly reasonable response. Yeah.
Like a bad person.
He's a jerk though. He's like, are those goggles heavy, kid? Then they're probably expensive. Put them back. And like,
so, I can picture saying that to my own kid. Put those back. They're expensive. Stop playing with that.
It's the kid's grandfather's park. He's not. Anyway, all right. So this movie came out on June 11th in 1993. Immediately was a success. It grossed $47 million in the first weekend, an opening weekend, and went on to earn over $914 million worldwide. I believe it cost about $63 million to make only.
Wow, that's not bad.
In 1992, when they made, I guess that's a lot of money though back then.
Yeah,
but that's a good return on investment, I would say.
Good return on investment.
I guess that's why they made like 9 more of them.
Yeah. It surpassed Spielberg's own E.T. to become the highest-grossing film of all time, a record it held until Titanic came out in 1997. And of course, like just the impact that this obviously had on movie making was probably even bigger than the amount of money it made. Yeah. it kind of shifting, or the changing of like digital effects are no longer something that, you know, we're going to use very sparingly and are very difficult to do. Now this is kind of the future of movie making. You know, this, everybody loved this movie, right? Critics, everyone gave it good ratings. Crichton liked the movie. He was very happy with it. Obviously, he was instrumental in crafting it, and he knew, he was like, okay, we're making a different movie. This is not the book. And he was like, we have the book. This is going to be the movie. I have a feeling Crichton really didn't care so much that they changed stuff. Just write my check and.
Right. And he worked in the screenplay. Like, he changed stuff himself for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously they changed this. Right, if they made this like the book, it would have probably been R-rated. And
an extra
6 hours long.
Yeah, and wouldn't have made $900 million. Spielberg obviously looking to target the family audience, and Crichton was all in for that. So we talked about a bunch of the changes in it already. Just some, I guess, other fun facts. The sound of the shrieking velociraptors and barks are tortoises mating. That's where the sound comes from.
I knew it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, interesting.
Yeah. We talked about the missing death scene of Samuel L. Jackson's character. We talked about almost all these already, actually. Yes, the Dilophosaurus, the T-Rex eyes, the vision. We talked about all that already.
There we go.
I'd say the only other things that I have here is interesting also effect of the movie. In academic and scientific circles, the Jurassic Park effect refers to massive surge in public interest, museum attendance, and research funding for paleontology following the film's release. This led to a documented increase in university enrollments for earth sciences throughout the 90s. So this film didn't just have a huge impact on cinema, but it had an impact on science and paleontology.
That's awesome.
Well. Yeah, very cool. We talked a little bit about, right, the film historians say this is Jurassic Park is like the point of no return for the transition from analog to digital cinema. And obviously they actually talk too about how, the success of the CGI led to the immediate cancellation of various practical effect projects across Hollywood. Obviously the film itself, but definitely a shift in the way films were made, replacing the, optical illusions for actual digital, photorealistic imagery. So, yeah.
Okay.
Should we go to ratings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless there's anything else you want to talk about that we missed.
Nah, I got everything on my list.
Yes.
All right. We're going to go first to Teddy's rating.
Okay.
Teddy, what do you rate this?
So one last thing, when we do these at the end of our episodes, we rate the movie 1 to 5 stars. 5 stars being the best a movie could possibly be. Like 0 to 5 stars. 0 being the worst a movie could possibly be. How many stars would you give this film? You could do half stars or quarter stars or whatever, but how many stars would you give this film?
59 million.
All right. Well, I'm going to just convert that into with the number scale that I gave you. You're going to say a 5-star film, perfect movie.
It's okay if I do 5 1/4.
All right, 5 1/4 stars, folks. You heard it here first.
5 1/4 stars from Teddy. Tom, how about you? Do you
I'm
concur?
gonna go slightly below that to 5 stars. This is a perfect film.
5 stars, Jen.
Tom couldn't have said it better myself. 5 stars. This is a perfect movie.
All right. I'm going a little bit lower. I'm giving it 4.5 stars.
Whoa!
That's not that much. 4.5 is still really good.
Because of the hill? Just didn't show the hill?
The hill didn't bother me. It wasn't even like necessarily changes from the book. The one thing that I really would have, I mentioned it before, I love how in the book we start off already knowing dinosaurs got off the island. I would have liked to have gotten that in there, but like things like the Triceratops mystery sickness that never went anywhere, and then there was, I think we said there was another thing. I guess it was the Nedry thing, which we kind of chalked up to just him not doing his job.
Right.
But yeah, they're just like little things like that, and the abrupt ending. I don't like the T-Rex coming to save the day ending. I thought that was
You're the only person on Earth who's saying that.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay.
But it still gets a 4.5 in my book. Successful adaptation.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not a faithful adaptation and we talked about that a lot over the course of this. But I think it's wildly successful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think it. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, he adapted it, so I feel like you can't go against the author unless it's like a bad movie. And I mean, there's some stuff from the book, some not, and it did what it had to do, which was make an amazing dinosaur movie.
Yeah, and I feel like
Classic.
Michael Crichton is like an author who has a very unique and perspective when it comes to like adapting his stuff into movies. Where I feel like he understands that it's going to be changed, and
Right.
I think he doesn't mind that as much, and as long as the product is good.
Yeah, I feel like if it was me, I'd be like, and I had the opportunity to change it myself and get my ideas in there and like rewrite my idea into a movie, I would like that better than another person coming in. And so at least it's still like coming from me and it's my ideas and I'm adapting it. So I think I like that.
Yeah. So I mentioned, one thing that I would have liked them to put in the movie, the already knowing dinosaurs are off the island. Anything from the book that you would have liked to have seen in this movie? One thing.
I'm thinking of one thing. I just want to think if I have another idea that's better.
While you're thinking, Teddy's gonna give us his thoughts on the message of this movie.
Okay.
What do you think is the message of Jurassic Park? What do you think that they're trying to tell you with the movie?
Don't interfere with nature.
Okay.
Nature is its own thing, and if you interfere with it, it's like Ian Malcolm said, like, they have a life of their own, and they don't deserve to be treated this way. Nature has a life of its own. It doesn't deserve to be treated by other people. Other people deserve to be treated by it. Because nature is the force of life. Nature is the reason we are all here, all alive at this moment.
Okay, that got surprisingly deep for me, and I appreciate that. I was just like, whoa.
You're starting to sound like Ian Malcolm in the book.
Yeah, but I literally I did not know he was going to go there at all. But I appreciate this is somebody who has not read the book, doesn't know what the book is at all, and he got that message from the movie, Joe. So I think less corporate, but more. But he does get the message about don't.
I'm wondering if the other Jurassic Park movies though he's seen kind of tainted that opinion.
I would say honestly I would say this: as the movies progress, the corporations are evil, inherently evil, is more and more clear as the movies progress.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So now you've had some time to think. Anything particular you would love to? I mean, it's not life or death. If just like something in the book that you thought like, oh, that would have been cool if they put it in the movie.
Bazookas.
Bazookas would have been cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the river and them falling over a waterfall.
Oh yeah.
On the raft.
Oh, we didn't even talk about in the book with the T-Rex's tongue.
Yeah, going into
behind the
like wrapping around his head. Yeah.
Yes. Such a weird scene in the
weird
book.
Very weird.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that isn't in this book make it to Jurassic 3.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know they did pull. Yeah.
I've never seen Jurassic Park 3.
I don't think I saw it either.
It's one of the worst ones.
The only part I know is Alan.
Yeah, that's the best part.
What I know is that, obviously we talked about Ian Malcolm dies in the book, but Ian Malcolm's in the second movie and in the second book, and he had to retcon Ian Malcolm
So
Michael Crichton had a wreck on him.
I know we're ending, and I forgot, but like, did they take Hammond and Malcolm's bodies off the island before they bombed it?
No, they specifically mentioned that they didn't take their bodies.
No, they mentioned that they won't let them bury them.
Malcolm is a lot. Malcolm's gone. Malcolm dies in a hospital. Like, Malcolm's still alive when they leave the island, because they ask, did he make it? And the doctor shakes his head. In the book, what about Malcolm? Did he make it? And the guy shakes his head, no. They never
on the island.
No, that's
on the island.
That's Harding says that.
Harding says that when they're getting on the helicopters to get off the island.
Wait, does Harding get off the island? He gets off the island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Harding says it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But then when they're in San Jose, there's whatever part that is, like, they didn't give us a chance to bury Hammond and Malcolm, and I was like, what? Why do they take their bodies? Just run, like what?
I don't think. Yeah, there's no indication that they took their bodies because.
Yeah, but I think
it might be. I think it's like they're not going to let us go back and get them.
Oh, why would I ever want to?
They firebomb the island though as they're leaving.
Yeah.
So I don't
know why.
I don't think there would be any bodies left.
That confused me. But because you don't really like Ian. If Ian survived the bombing, then he could still be alive because he kind of just like smiles and passes away, and you don't really know if he's dead. Harding says he's dead, but like he could.
What does he know? He's a vet.
The coda of the book could. He's a vet. He's not a doctor. He could like come back and then be in the next movie.
Are you sure that Harding says that he's dead?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if it's Harding or it could be. It could be like Gennaro or somebody else.
Like, it's specifically said in the sequel that the doctors in Costa Rica were not good enough to realize that he was still alive.
Well, that's a retcon, though. Then.
Yeah, but like it's explicitly said, like he gets off the island and is pronounced dead on the shore.
I'm pretty sure that it's because Grant asks about where he is. I'm going to see if I can.
See if you have it. I don't have the book in front of me. I thought it was something that Grant asked about after the fact when they were.
I don't remember exactly where.
What about the others? Grantley to Muldoon. It was Muldoon.
Was he the one?
What
who
about
says,
Malcolm? Muldoon shook his head, and they're on the.
It is okay, yeah, because he doesn't go because his leg is all mangled up, right? Or his ankle is all screwed up, so he doesn't go with them to the raptors' nest.
Muldoon.
Yeah, right. He doesn't go to the raptor. I don't remember why. Or he might drive there and sit in the car. I can't remember. But yes, he does. Okay. Somebody says Malcolm didn't make it. And then, yes, Grant says when they're in San Jose, like they didn't let us bury them. He doesn't say take their bodies. He said they wouldn't let us bury them.
They did not even permit the burial of Hammond or Ian Malcolm.
Yeah.
The government was,
But it's weird because they're firebombing the government's firebombing the island as they're leaving. So I don't know what bodies would be left. So that is a weird thing to say.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Sorry. I had to.
All right, let's wrap it up here. I think we have a record for shelf-to-screen podcast episode length. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. Join us over in Discord. We post our episodes on YouTube. Be sure to go there and like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts. Share us. Tell a friend. Go and tell a friend, hey, listen to this podcast. Check out our Patreon page to support us that way, and links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Tom, any final thoughts?
Life finds a way.
Right. Jen?
You didn't take my quote. I have two because I could do one that's in the book, but I keep waffling, so I'm going to do the book one first, and then my favorite after that. So, your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should.
Nice.
God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.
Thanks for listening. You'll hear us next time.